Hello everybody, hope the weekend was good for you. Welcome to episode 45 of Cyberpunk. Thanks for being with me. Let's dive into the housekeeping, shall we? I've got 3 things that I want to mention in this part of the housekeeping. Lots of other comments are going to be woven into the gameplay today. The first thing is about time. Someone pointed out, more than one person actually pointed out in the comments from last week's video, that the videos seem to be being published earlier and earlier in the morning of the Monday that they go out. This is true. And someone asked, is this a trend? Well, it's a trend in that it's happening, but it's not intentional, is the issue that I have with it. The thing is, I'm not sleeping terribly well at the moment. It's just one of those things. You go through phases as you get older where your sleep pattern changes. Sometimes it's really good and other times it's very poor. And I've always been one of those people who survives on whatever amount of sleep I have. I can get by on a couple of hours and perfectly well functioning the next day, whereas sometimes I can have like 8 hours sleep and feel sleep drugged the following day. So there's no rhyme or reason to it. The issue is, though, the point I'm making is it's completely by accident. It's only that I was awake very early last week that caused me to push the button on the video. Was it like 3 o'clock or something like that? I can't even remember what time it was that I pressed the button. I was awake, fully functional. I was doing projects on my iPad, not just related to gaming, though other things as well that, you know, in life have to be dealt with. So I thought, yes, I'll push the button on it and I can be awake and responding to comments as they came in, which I did. So that was how that happened. Generally speaking, it's sometime before noon on the Monday. That's the UK time. If it ever gets past noon on the Monday, you can guarantee that something untoward has happened in real life that's prevented me from being able to get the video done. Touch wood, and I literally am. It has never happened so far, and I hope it never does. I will actually, if that were to ever occur, put out a tiny little video just on my phone or something saying, I'm really sorry, but I can't do a video this week because X, Y, Z or whatever, just to let you know. So yeah, it came up with several people actually commenting on the earliness of the publication of last week's video, so I thought I'd address that here. That's the first thing. The second thing I have to mention is Judy Alvarez. So many comments about Judy. I was sad when she said she was leaving Night City. Cards on the table. I really like Judy as a character. The thing is, to me, Judy is a fighter. She has principles. She believes in working to preserve the difference between right and wrong. Since we first met, I've been impressed by how she's wanted to help the girls at Clouds, wanted the Mox to be a better organisation. She wanted Evelyn to see that she cared for her, and she also wanted her expertise in brain dance technology to be used increasingly for good as a way for brain dances to reach new potential as a creative art form. But then it's as though the scheming, malicious Night City was watching, and it saw the goodness in Judy and it decided to teach her a lesson by destroying her world. It started by removing Evelyn, knowing that Judy cared for her and that the loss would hurt her deeply, and in a cruel twist it saw to it that the very brain dance technology that Judy held in such regard was used as one of the weapons to break Evelyn. It's a testament to Judy's strength, though, that although she was desolated by that, she regrouped her determination and she saw to it that Clouds was freed largely of Tiger Claw control and got her revenge on those who'd hurt Evelyn. It seemed at that point, at last, that she'd achieved a sort of victory. But again, it was just Night City letting her think that before playing its next cruel trick. Because now we know from her conversation with V that Clouds has been retaken by the Tiger Claws. Tom, Roxanne and others have either been killed or they've scattered. The Mox has proven largely ineffectual, such that Judy no longer feels any affinity towards them. It was all, in other words, for nothing. Night City won and Judy lost. But it was never a fair fight. Judy said, Night City chewed me up and it's spitting me out. That's what she told V when she announced she was leaving. As if it's not her conscious choice to go, it's as if Night City is expelling her. There's just no more fight left in Judy. The hope has gone. She's done. She's finally recognised Night City for what it is. It's crushed her and she can't bear to stay in the ruins of what she worked for. So she's leaving for good, it would appear. And while I was thinking about this during the week, there's a curious parallel with Panam's situation. Panam doubted the direction that Saul was taking the Aldecados. She was struggling to continue to belong to a family as a result, and she was desperate to change things for the better. The difference is, it seems like Panam may have succeeded, or at least in part. I also think, this is something else I've thought about this week, that Saul offering her the co-leadership of the Aldecados was expedient for him. I believe Saul realised that his control and the support for his corpo-friendly plan for the Aldecados was being undermined by Panam. Sooner or later, sooner as it turned out, she might be proven right and Saul would lose his position entirely. So when the Wraith raid happened, and Panam was hailed by most, not all, it wasn't universal, of the Aldecados as the hero of the hour, Saul acted quickly to offer the power-sharing arrangement, and by doing so he made his own position more secure going into the future, and he guaranteed that his input would still have weight. He's a shrewd cookie, that Saul. But going back to the comparison between the two girls, both seeking change. One succeeded, the other failed. So now Judy is heading off, as we know, but we don't know where, and I'm going to miss her. I'm going to miss her personality, her perspective on things, her genuineness, and her counsel too, in a way. So yeah, that was the second thing I wanted to mention. And the third thing, which came up again in the comments from the last video particularly, was the subject of knives and throwing things. The knives initially made me very wary. I thought the mechanism might involve complex targeting and range calculations. I was asking myself questions along the theme of, what if I throw one and it goes wrong and the understandably upset enemy looks around asking who threw that, and I don't have time to grab another weapon before I'm toast? And also questions like, how do I get my knife back? Do I have to go and gulp, retrieve it? But actually using them was a revelation when I started. My first attempt naturally missed, but second attempt of throwing the knife succeeded, and it boomeranged back into my throwing hand. Who knew? And that put a smile of relief and bemused achievement on my face. So yes, I would say I'm definitely a fan of the knives and throwables now. Had I begun with them, I might be a different V by now. As I said to someone in the comments, I might even be in the circus, who knows? And you can probably guess where my thoughts are leading there, but that leads me to the very last thing. I said there were three, there are actually four things I wanted to mention in the intro part here of the housekeeping. FemCorp OV. Now, I know that some people were excited by me talking about FemCorp OV and they were joining in with it, but one or two people also mentioned that I think there's enough discussion of FemCorp OV, and I would agree with you. I kind of saw last episode as a way of addressing the fact that there was interest being shown in FemCorp OV, so I've discussed it as far as I'm able to, because my plans aren't firmed up yet for what's happening in the future. And I won't actually refer to FemCorp OV again during the course of this playthrough now, because my focus is entirely, as you can tell, on male Nomad V. His future, his plans, his problems, his discoveries, and the looming Phantom Liberty, which is going to be a terrific experience, I'm sure. It's growing closer, literally, by the episode. So I've saved a bunch more comments, as I said, from last week and previous weeks onto my iPad, feedback points as well. I'm going to bring those all up while we're playing today, but for now, that's the housekeeping. Right, to episode 45 and where we're headed. Now, before I discuss that, one extra point about the content remaining in the game. According to the indicator on my PS5, I'm roughly at the halfway point. I think it said 48% or something like that, which is great, thinking there's all that content still to come. Obviously, I have not played the game before, so I don't know the nature of the content that's still to come. Many of you watching will, and you'll be making judgments of your own. The thing is, when Phantom Liberty triggered, I thought then that I would probably be starting it sooner than I'm going to be. And the fact that I'm not starting it sooner than I'm going to be is entirely down to the fact that I put the game in the driving seat and I've trusted it to present me with opportunities for experiences and activities which are enriching the personality of V. They're adding bits to him, they're chipping bits away. And a case in point is Judy Alvarez. I am so glad that I did the Judy Alvarez gig, as it turned out to be, where she leaves the game now, before V tackles Phantom Liberty, because that experience has done something to him. It's made him feel more isolated. He has lost a source of counsel. He's lost a person who he could go to and get a perspective on Night City and events that was different to other people. Even Pan Am couldn't give him that interpretation of things. And that's gone now. It's no longer available to him. So he is weakened by that, in a sense, going into Phantom Liberty. Had I left the Judy Alvarez activity till after Phantom Liberty, I'm sure it would still have been a perfectly enjoyable thing, but it would not have had quite the impact that it has had. I feel that my V role-playing has been changed by doing that activity now. Now, I'm not saying anything's right or wrong about this. All I'm saying is I do trust the game. And it's because I trust the game that I'm holding off on Nocturne until after Phantom Liberty. That's a hard decision that I've made. There are areas of the city that I've not gone into yet, which I know I will go into, which are going to provide me with additional activities to do during Phantom Liberty and also after Phantom Liberty. There are whole fixes, for instance, who I've not really met or done anything with. So there's a lot there to work on, is the point I'm making. Some people said if you're not careful, you'll exhaust all the main content, in inverted commas. Well, the percentage indicator on my PlayStation 5 would disagree with that, for one thing, but also I'm not worried. I do trust the devs and I trust the quality of the game and the way that things are integrated, knitted together and presented to give me a continuingly challenging experience all the way through to the end. Right, that said. So in episode 45, we're returning to the redemptive arc of Johnny Silverhand. In episode 41, Johnny takes control of V's body with V's permission so that he might seek out and make peace with Rogue, a pivotal member of his team that assaulted the Arasaka building with him back in 2023, shortly before Johnny was captured/killed by Adam Smasher. Johnny hopes that by getting Rogue on his side, he can enlist her help in getting revenge on Smasher, the one thing he's determined to do in the present timeline before he and V meet their uncertain fates. Together, Rogue and V/Johnny track down Smasher's accomplice, Jeremiah Grayson, to a cargo ship, the Ebonike, moored in the docks. After a gun battle, Grayson is captured and questioned. Grayson reveals that Adam Smasher has been promoted to head of security for Arasaka and is rarely now seen in public, which will make an immediate hit on him virtually impossible. He further confirms that Johnny's remains are in an unmarked grave in the oil fields of Northside. Grayson also taunts Rogue, implying that she sold out to Arasaka to survive after the 2023 bombing, leading to her becoming visibly upset and eventually leaving the scene. Upon defeating Grayson, V recovers Johnny's signature weapon, the Malorian Arms 3516 revolver, and because he chooses to spare Grayson's life, also gets possession of Johnny's Porsche 911 Turbo. Johnny asks V to drive them to the oil fields, where in the depressing, damp greyness of the night, Johnny is dismayed to discover his grave is in an unmarked, unimpressive spot amidst the cast-off waste and sheet metal. After V carves Johnny's initials and the date of his demise on one of the sheets, a despairing Johnny asks V to let him take over his body one more time in order to take Rogue on a late-night date to a drive-in movie. He hopes to put right his inattention of the past and rekindle a romance from earlier days by doing so. The evening is a bust. Rogue breaks off from getting close to Johnny without clearly explaining why and departs, leaving Johnny puzzled as to what it is that's bothering her. Wanting to salvage something from recent events, Johnny tells V that he wants their next port of call to be finding and talking to his estranged ex-band member Kerry Eurodyne. So that's where we're jumping back in. Grab your parachute, let's go. I said we'd start every episode with a Where Are We Now quiz. This episode is no exception. This one I think is slightly more difficult than last week's, but maybe not too difficult. Have you worked out where it is? I've left you a view of the city in between and above the fence in front of us. You got it yet? You should recognise it. It is somewhere we've been before, and in fact we've been very close to this area quite recently. The last episode ended here. That is Judy's apartment across the way. I say Judy's apartment. It's now mine, of course. She's kind of given it to me on a long-term lease. I'm not even sure I've got to pay the rent for it. It's the finality of that, actually, which was part of the clue to me that she's not coming back. That and the fact that she invited V along for that dive to the town where she used to live. It's as if she's been doing that off for years and years, and now she's decided that if she doesn't do it at this point, she never will, because she's not coming back. And that was why I think she settled on doing it at that particular point, 2 days before she split. And also, I think the fact she invited V along was symbolic. She didn't trust V when she first met him, and now she trusts him so much that she's willing to involve him in this intensely personal thing that she's doing before she says goodbye forever to Night City. Again, I'm so pleased I did this before I did Phantom Liberty. Right, we have a place to go before we go looking for Johnny, and that is, if I call my 911 Turbo, which is bound to... No, it is coming up here. I thought it was going to come up the other street behind me. And the place we've got to go is this. On the map, we're heading to the Ripper Dock. And the Ripper Dock I've chosen is one that's close to where I am, which is one of the reasons I've chosen him, but I could have chosen the one above that. I chose this one purely because his name is Robert Rainwater. I like the alliteration, and the surname Rainwater is also quite unusual and intriguing. So that's where we're headed to. I've got to turn my vehicle round without incurring NCPD attention. NCPD came up in the comments, it's on my pad to talk about, and the fact that I did use a contagion when I was helping them in the role of Merkman. I was helping them, I was trying to help them. It went wrong. I contaged NCPD, they took exception to it, they pursued me, and we all know what happened next. The thing is, Merkman is like this. He's an interventionist. He will not stand idly by and watch NCPD suffering at the hands of gangs, outnumbered quite often, without intervening and getting in there. And the thing is too, that contagion is such a tempting quick hack. When you see a group of enemies standing close together unwisely, and also you think about overheat too, and maybe pairing it with contagion, it is very tempting just to say, well, let's give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? Well, we found out what the worst could happen was. Almost. They gave good pursuit. I did manage to elude them. I think I've reached my destination, actually. Also, I think I can't park here because I'm obstructing view, as you see there. My car could get rear-ended parked here, and it would probably invalidate the insurance. So, what I will do, hang on, if I can get there before this blue car comes the other way. These look a bit like parking spaces to me. They're almost exactly the right size for parent and baby, or something of that ilk. Yeah, I'm going to say they're a parking space. They're probably not. I can't see another car parked in one of these spaces. No, I think I'm just trying to soothe my sensibilities by saying that they are. I'll hide behind this fern. Right, we're there, let's go. So I'm heading this way, I think. Now, I have been into my menu where you get to see what it is your character looks like down these steps. I believe we are. So I've made some notes about things that I want to improve and change, swap in, swap out, upgrade, all the rest of it. I'll come back to that in a second because I think we're here. Is this it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, hello. Oh, he's a big guy. I've never seen a Ripper Dock so big. Well, I think we can see why, looking at the mid-morning snack that he's about to consume. The other thing about Ripper Docks is, although they vary in personal appearance, they don't have a lot of cyberware. Have you noticed this? They don't actually have a lot of cyberware.
You're half man, half mega block.
Yes.
Not often I see a Ripper invest in organic body like that.
That's a good point.
Most people don't realize the brain functions better when it's tied to real, not synthetic musculature. Replace even a single hand, and you'll notice a dip in concentration and overall well-being. Cyberware is more harm than help.
Not great marketing for a Ripper, Doc.
No, it's not.
Nope. But it don't slow biz from chromers like you.
Isn't that interesting that the Ripper Docs will sell this stuff but not use it themselves, because they're quite upfront as well about sharing their personal opinions on this and their preferences, because they know it's not going to dissuade anybody from using their services. People want this stuff. People need this stuff. Some of them need it for their jobs even, and without it they can't function, they think, they feel. And who are we to criticise? And actually I am one of them.
Looking for a change.
Come on then. Time to tinker.
Oh, it's tinkering time. Now, as I said, I've been into my map, into the body map, that is, the thing we can see in front of us here, and I've investigated all the different categories, and I've worked out a spend that I'm going to make to improve, replace, upgrade, whatever, the things I've got here. There's a principle I'm using, which is I'm going to spend money to do it. I'm going to buy these things. I'm not going to use components. Now, that won't sit well with everybody. People have different preferences. I understand this. But my way of thinking is that eddies are easier to replace than components. And although I've got quite a lot of components, I don't know what's coming next. And I know already, for instance, there are certain things that I won't be able to do today, which I might want to do in the future. We'll come to that in a moment too. And I want to leave a comfort zone, a resource, something to fall back on should my eddies deplete for some reason and I need those components. That's the rationale. Spend the eddies while I've got them, while I'm eddy rich. Save the components for when I might need them. We'll see how it works out. Right, let's get moving. I have a list. Literally, I've printed out the list. It is here. And I had it on my iPad and I realised I'd be scrolling forever. I thought, print it out, it's easier to do it that way. So I've done this. The first thing to go is the Tetratronic Rippler Mark IV, and I'm going to replace it with, is it that one there? It is, the Tetratronic Rippler Mark V. It's not cheap, 84,772 eddies. I don't care. It has various enhancements, as you can see, over the Tier 4 one, and you'll notice it's also stripped out all my quick hacks. They've got to be repopulated in a minute, plus I do have now one extra quick hack slot. I've got 8, whereas previously I had 7. So that's the first change. Second change is going to be in frontal cortex. X-disc here is going to be upgraded to Tier 5. So that is confirmed. Don't look at the amount I'm spending. Don't look at the amount I'm spending. I've looked at the amount I'm spending and I'm cool with it, okay? RAM upgrade is also going to get, yes, you've guessed, an upgrade to Tier 5. Here it is. Yes, I know it's another 33,000. Memory boost, on the other hand, is not staying there. That one's going. Memory boost is about to be replaced by, and I've got to find it by trying to remember what it looked like. It's this one here, Self-Ice. This is a Tier 5 piece of cyberware. It automatically negates an enemy quick hack. I mean, just let that sit for a moment. I can stop enemy quick hacks, and it has a cooldown of 29 seconds, admittedly, but it's also intelligence attuned, so that's a thing as well. That is going to be purchased. 16,961 eddies go in. That's that done. Now I'm going to bit and bob around a bit here because I've got this thing spread on 2 sheets. I'll work my way down from top to bottom. Let's do arms. At the moment in there, although I'm not actually using it because I'm on grenades at the moment, is a Tier 4 projectile launch system. I'm going to upgrade it to the Tier 5 version. I'm going to have to look carefully here because it's the vanilla version I want, not the electrifying one, not the thermal one, not the toxic one, just the ordinary one, please. I'll confirm that. Another 87,000 eddies goes out because this thing's got some oomph to it. We'll see how that works. Face, it's a matter of the optics. At the moment I'm using Kiroshi Sentry optics, but having read the specs, The Kuroshi, the Oracle optics, are the premier edition of what I can afford to have at this stage. So they're going to go in as well. And we've done 4 sets of upgrades. Now it gets a bit complicated at this point. I need to look on skeleton. Here is skeleton. Yeah, I've only got 2 slots to play with here. One is my titanium bones, which is currently tier 4. That, if I can find it, that is going to be upgraded to tier 5. So that's in. And the universal booster, which I've got, is going to be replaced. And what I'm going to replace it with is the, and I've got to look for this because I can't remember what the picture looked like. That one, the epimorphic skeleton, which appeals to me because of the huge health boost it gives. So that I'm going to purchase. This is really not cheap. This is 118,687 eddies, which I've just put in there. The third slot is unfortunately locked at the moment because I don't have licensed Chrome level 3. That's that. Right, next I'm going to go across to hands. Now again, that slot is locked because I don't have what I need to unlock it. At the moment, I'm still looking at the tattoo, together forever, and it's not sensible to leave that in the one slot that I do have. So in hands, I'm going to replace it with, if I can find it, the Smart Link tier 5, which is this one here, which will enable me, it will give me the capacity to use smart weapons effectively, even if I'm not currently favouring them. So that's going in. That is purchased. It's a relatively cheap purchase actually. It's one of the 16961 purchases. Things are going well so far. Next I need to go to nervous system. Now in nervous system I'm leaving the Kolesnikov tier 2 in there at the moment. I'm not changing it. I don't actually do a lot of sliding or dodging or dashing. It's just one of the mechanics that hasn't appealed to me terrifically during the course of the game so far. I'm not precluding me ever doing it. I'm simply saying I'm not using it at the moment, so it's not a priority at the moment. Whereas using one of these other slots that's available to me is. And the thing I'm going to put in that slot is this thing called Stabber. It's tier 5 cyberware. It gives a plus 16.75% crit chance with blades and throwable weapons. Its reflexes are tuned, and my reflexes are only on 7 in my build, so I'm not going to get much from that. However, I think it's a thing worth having, and therefore I'm spending 33,915 eddies to purchase it and put it in there. That's done. I'm leaving the third slot empty there at the moment because I've got other things I want to spend money on. I'm going to pop across to circulatory system next. Now this is a change of pieces of paper, so excuse me rustling. I will start with second heart, which I'm going to improve to, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. What does second heart look like? It looks like that. I'm going to improve it to tier 5. That's done. 84,000 eddies. It's not cheap. The next one that I'm going to improve is blood pump, which is going up to tier 5. So that is done. I don't know how I did that. What did I just do there? Why did that? Oh, is it because it's got a tick on it? Have I made some mistakes here? Have I been buying things where I'd actually got ones of them that I could have just installed? Oh gosh, have I done that? Well look, if I have, I have. You know me and Baxes in this game. How do we learn? We learn by doing. So if I've missed one or two there where I'd actually got one, that's what the green tick's for. Of course that's what the green tick's for. The green tick is saying you've already got this. Yes. Whereas the unticked one says you haven't. Okay. Right. Do I mind looking foolish on television? On camera? No, not particularly, because This is how you learn, isn't it? How many times have I been to a Ripper dock in this game? 3? 4? That's all. When you think of how many hours I've played, that's a very small proportion of the gameplay hours have been spent in Ripper docks doing this sort of stuff. So, okay. Now I've almost lost my way here. The bio monitor is the other thing here. That's got to go up to tier 5 as well. So I'm guessing if I select it, I don't have one of those. This is one I have got to purchase. So I'll purchase it. That's done as well. Excellent. Everything's starting to turn orange. Have you noticed? Right, I paused there for a second because I needed to shuffle my pieces of paper. Also, I've noticed I'm on 185 out of 215 now in terms of capacity to do these things. So I've got to watch this. I've gone into integumentary system because there's a couple of changes I would like to make. I would really have liked to install cellular adapter, but I do not have the required perk. I'm missing that. So that's a thing for the future. There are 3 slots here and I'm only going to use 2 of them at this present time. One is that I'm going to install an upgrade to my subdermal armour, which is going to be this one. That now is tier 5 and I've used the tick to help me do it. And in this vacant slot here, I'm going to install, and I think it's this picture here, optical camo, which gives a 90% reduction in visibility to enemies for 7 seconds. So it's more difficult for them to detect you outside of combat and hit you during combat. It's also cool attuned, and I'm not too badly off for cool. I'm on 15, so there's a thing to be had there. That's going to go in there. Let's do that right now. 50,800 odd eddies disappearing there. 3rd slot is staying empty. We're nearly finished. I'm going into legs. I've got reinforced tendons, as you know, and I'm pretty sure, and I'm just referring to what my plan was, that I was going to keep them and simply upgrade them. So there is here the tier 5 version of reinforced tendons. That's done. Right, now if you look, we're on 201 out of 215, and with that in mind, I think I probably can actually now come back on my self and have a look. Is it worth doing the Kolesnikov? I'm going to say no. I'm going to keep that extra capacity there as space to build in the future as things improve. So that is that done. I am aware of the fact, by the way, on the inventory sheet here, that V's appearance is somewhat questionable at the moment. This is a relic of the fact he went diving with Judy, and when it said put on clothes when he woke up, for some reason, this is what he put on. So we'll deal with that shortly. But for the moment, I need to go into my cyberware, and specifically this Tetratronic Rippler Mark V, which is empty, as you can see. And again, I've made myself a list of what I want to stock those 8 slots with. So here we go. It's probably not going to surprise you that I'm going to put in Contagion, and next to it I'm going to put in, if I can alphabetically find it, Overheat. Both tier 5. Also, I'm going to put back in, because it's only tier 4, which might be a bit of a surprise, memory wipe. So that's heading in there now. Tier 4 because it's quite effective, but it's cheap to use, and I've been told that the tier 5 version of this is more costly to use. So for the benefit it gives me, I'll be quite happy to stick with the tier 4 version of this for the moment. Let's go back alphabetically. I want to put in cyberware malfunction when I find it, which is there. That's in place. And then in the next slot I'm going to put in, these are some old favourites, Synapse Burnout. That's in. The next one is another old favourite that I wouldn't be without, Short Circuit. And I've got 2 to go. For the first time, I'm actually going to be able to use a ping of level 5, tier 5. My pings have always lagged a bit behind. And the last one is... and this is probably going to be the most expensive one to use, system collapse. This is untraceable. It knocks out the enemy without making noise by crippling their nervous system. It's going to be a fairly ultimate weapon to use, but it's there. Okay, so we've now completed the improvement of all the cyberware that I wanted to do, and we've put the new quick hacks in. I'll take my leave of Robert and we'll head outside. So there was no way that I was going to come here by myself to choose new outfits for V when I could have the services of Mrs. Clivical to help me do it. She's an expert in choosing clothes. I should know just about everything I'm wearing. She's chosen just about everything, not everything. So I've driven here in the Porsche, as you can see, and parked outside. This is 100 years old, this car.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is 100 years old. This was originally made, we think, in 1977, and then the character had it until 2023, where he didn't need it anymore because he was dead.
Oh, right,
But now
okay.
he's not. He's alive again, as you know, Johnny Silverhand. So, and he's given it to me because he can't drive, because he's a virtual presence in my head now.
That's very good of him.
It is, isn't it? It's very kind. I didn't get him anything in return. I could have bought him a card or something he'd ever liked, like a guitar pick. He can't play guitar either because he's got no hands now because he's dead.
Oh, so this is a good time for you then?
Yes, this is the first time I think I've been here, but I'm not entirely sure because I believe I may have been here, actually, looking around. Yes, I have. It was a long time ago.
Kind of urgent.
It's not urgent. Stop pestering me. That I saw these displays. Do you know what? I think this woman was here last time I came. I think she's still trying to choose. She's not saying much. Oh.
Are you lost?
No, I would be, but for the help of Mrs. Clivical, have you met at all? No, she's not.
Hi.
They don't often say much to you. They're quite non-playable, these characters.
Nice weather today.
It is nice weather today, thank you for commenting on that. I've got to get down to this woman's level or she'll ignore me. She's already cringing.
Some of us got no time to chat.
Some of us got no time to chat. You see, that's what I get for trying to be polite. Okay, now we're here to do two things. The same thing twice, actually, and I'll show you what it is. This is currently, I'm jumping up and down with,
I'd like to use your services.
with delight and excitement. You've seen me do that before. This is currently what V is wearing, i.e.
Not
a
a
pair
lot.
of modesty pants. And I have a feeling, because I've got the nudity filter on,
Right. Yes.
were he not
Very
wearing
sensible.
those, he might not be even wearing those. So yes, in wardrobe 1, which is where we are, this is what he's got available to wear. Now this is the stuff we already have in the wardrobe, and it's broken into categories. As you can see, there is headwear, there's facewear, which isn't just masks, it's also glasses and things. There's outer body, which is like a jacket, that sort of stuff. There's inner body, which is obviously vests and t-shirts. There's what looks like shorts, but actually it's any kind of leggings, pants, whatever. And then there's shoes, boots, that sort of stuff. But also we're not limited to what he has here that you can see, because we also have the things we can buy from the shop. So what I'd like to do is to create 2 uniforms for him, 2 new ones. And I would be grateful of your advice as to what you think he should have.
I'll do my best.
Kind of urgent.
This woman keeps saying it's kind of urgent, and she's just lying. She's got no other customers. I'm going to quiz her because I don't think she looks like she belongs here.
Huh. With that look, I doubt you're from around Watson.
Yeah, you're too posh.
I am now.
Oh, and she doesn't sound happy about living there anymore. We'll go looking for a new look and see what she's got to sell. And then if you see anything you like, just
I'm
shout.
thinking about a new jacket. What do you recommend?
What's it matter? Just pick something.
Okay, here it comes. So these are her wares, and if I select this, it's the things we haven't already got in our wardrobe.
Right.
This is what's available. So what do you think in terms of these 2 outfits? What should we go for?
Well, something smart.
Yeah.
And then perhaps something a little bit more colourful and way out.
Yeah, okay. I certainly haven't got anything colourful and way out at all in the wardrobe system. So smart, like in terms of what for to do? Going to a wedding?
No, not that. No, not that kind of smart.
Oh,
Just
because I don't think you'll get anything
smart
here to
casual.
go to a wedding. Smart, very smart casual, business wear sort of thing.
Yeah.
Semi-business wear.
Yes, if you like, yeah.
Like businessman out for the evening.
What his business is, yes.
I don't know. It's a mercenary
Anything?
essentially. So
Oh,
yeah,
right.
anything that goes is his business. Right. It's all yours then. Which one you'll do first? Do you think? Do you want to do the?
We'll do the colourful one first, shall we?
So it's basically. How do you want to start? Do you want to start by buying things, or do you want to start by looking in his ordinary
I think
wardrobe?
we probably need to look first, don't we?
Okay, we'll go back to his ordinary wardrobe then, and see what's in his wardrobe, and do it a bit at a time. Do you want to start with headwear?
Let's start with head.
Right, it's over to you.
Okay, so we said colourful, didn't we? So something nice and bright. I quite like the green and yellow idea.
Oh, this.
Yeah, something,
The smiley.
something in your face.
It certainly would be. Yeah, those would be in his face if the wind was blowing. He'd be blind.
Yeah.
Smiley hard pilot cap for his head. Looks like a bunny, doesn't it? Whatever that is. You know I don't
It's
read
a bit of fun. Oh yes, I like that.
Is that how you wanted him to look, really?
Well, you know,
Okay. I mean, it's your choice. I'm not
we're
interfering.
going for two totally different outfits here, aren't we?
True,
So,
true,
yeah.
true. So do you want to work your way down? Is that what we'll do?
Yes, we'll do face.
It's obviously
next.
cheaper if we can use stuff we've already got
Okay.
rather than. But it's finding your
And
colours.
are we looking at stuff we've already got now?
This is stuff we've already got. This is
Oh,
what's
okay.
available that we can equip without having
We'll
to
give
pay
him
for it.
some nice glasses. Something with a bit of colour.
So, are you like going for contrasting or matching or?
It's almost matching, I think. Something very similar
So
with
what's-
yellow on it. Is that yellow?
Oh, you mean this one down where the bottom
The
corner?
sunglasses, yes, that one there, yeah.
These are gold-plated aviators with coated
like
glass.
a bit of gold plated.
The one with the gold makes the rules. Okay, I mean he's already
Yes,
looking
I quite
better.
like that look.
I mean he'd still get arrested if he went out in public at the moment.
It does need something on his body.
He
yes.
does, yeah. He has wandered round. I've told you this before. He has wandered round in that way for
Yeah.
episodes before now without me realising.
It's a bit chilly though, isn't it?
It doesn't get that cold there,
No.
which might be something we need to bear in mind in the
Okay,
future.
nothing
Actually,
too chunky then.
yes, indeed. Outer torso then would be this lot. There is more to choose
Can
from.
we do
There is more.
the under t-shirty thing first?
Yeah. Inner torso.
That's it, yeah.
Uh,
How about a vest? I like that, a green and grey one there.
Where am I looking? You should understand
the-
I'm holding the controller here,
Sorry.
which is why I keep saying where am I looking.
4 rows down
4 rows down.
on the first one. That's
that one?
it, yeah.
That's a Demon Hunter Resistance coated tank top
Oh, tank top, yes, I like the idea of
for a
that.
real demonologist. Which would... Oh, yeah, actually, I see what you're doing here.
I quite like that.
You see?
Yeah.
You see? This is why I don't do outfits. This is V's... Yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's
Okay, now we can do the upper body then, can't
Okay,
we?
yeah. 72 to choose from is quite a lot, but
That
we
is a
can
lot.
still go shopping if you want. I have said, the Night City credit card is available should you desire it.
Well,
There
I
is a
think we should
danger because
try.
it's a vest that whatever we put on will slightly hide it. But
Well, as long as it's got an opening, so it's not fastened. We'd be
yes,
all right, won't we?
good point. Yeah,
Yes, the old edge runner. What's that?
which is this one here.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can try it. It's probably is a bit old,
is it?
but yeah. It's got
The
yellow on
scheme's
it.
not bad.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does have yellow
I
on
do
it.
quite
I see
like
what you've
that.
done, and you can see his
Yeah.
vest.
I like the idea. I like being able to see his vest because it's got a nice motif on it.
It certainly has. Yeah.
Skull and
He
whatever.
has got a girlfriend now,
Has he?
Panam. Yeah, she's quite well dressed. She looks after herself.
She
I'm
might not like this
I
outfit.
don't know.
then.
She might. She would have an opinion on it. I would think.
Well,
Let's
it's
put
one
it
he
that
can
way.
wear when he's not with her.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure where he'd go wearing it, but yeah, that's certainly true. All right then. So where have we reached then?
We're on lower body.
I mean, he's all right. If he was to stand behind a counter, no one would know, would they?
If he was sitting down behind a desk,
Yes.
fine.
Yeah, as people probably do.
Yes.
With webcams nowadays.
If you're
So
remotely
legs.
working from home, yes.
If there's nothing that you like there, we can go and look in the shop and see if she's got anything. But it's up to you.
Yeah, let's go to the shop.
We could just pop in here and say we have to go there if we want to look in the shop. So these are the items that she can retail for us which are not in our wardrobe at the moment. She hasn't got a lot, has she, really?
No. We don't want any full
No,
kit
because that
down
sort
there
of
like
defeats
that,
the whole
do we?
objective. And what is that? A flash armoured thermoset tactical harness. Some of these things have what's called buffs on them. You see it says 8% reload time reduction, but don't worry about that at all, because when we've finished, I'll probably go back through the ones, the additional bits I can put in that give buffs, but they won't change the way he looks particularly. Okay. So nothing thrilling
I
there,
don't
is
think
it?
there's anything that
in which case we'll
jumps
go
out at me there.
We'll go back to our wardrobe and carry on dressing him from where we got to.
Keep the colour scheme going, really, don't we?
Yes.
If we're
So
going for
over
the
to you.
full-blown outfit. Well, there's a nice... What about the grey and green in the middle there, look?
Those?
Yeah.
The street glow thermoset leather loose fits.
Street glow.
Be a light in the dark. It is street.
Well,
we said
it is
streetwear.
street. We did say streetwear.
We did say streetwear. So yeah,
Let's see what it looks like.
Here it goes. Oh, not bad. It's kind
I
of
don't know
got...
what about the elastic round the...
Yeah.
What do you think? Is there anything similar?
It's your
with
choice.
it?
I was just offering an opinion. I'm entirely guided by you on this.
About the second row down with
Those?
Yes, those.
The heat-resistant nylon chinos, like they were forged in the great fires of industry, will make you look like that.
Oh, is that a bit more...
Plastic is the word you're looking for?
It is very plastic.
A little bit more tarpaulin, a bit more garden bag.
It might get a bit hot in those.
I mean, it shines, and the sleeves of his coat, his outer coat, shine. It's got a reflective surface on it, so I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know if there's anything else that...
You could be
I
right.
like those better than the ones with the elastic round the ankles.
He probably would as well,
Yes.
because, like you say,
Yeah.
he'd need to wear boots, wouldn't he? Otherwise, he'd have a
We'll
gap
stick
of
with
like
those
12
then.
inches
Yeah.
in between his knees and his
Keeps
feet.
the theme going. So
And
we're on
the
to
footwear. Ooh.
We've got to have boots with a sort of not long leg boots but short ankle boots or
with some sort of similar coloration
similar colouring, yeah.
Yeah, so
The second one up from the bottom on the left. That one, yeah.
Muddy feet. Ugly enough to eliminate theft as a concern. They'll look like this if he's wearing them.
Oh, they go well.
Is that it? Are we happy with that?
I like that.
Okay, so I will go to equip and
It's a vision in green.
Slot 1 now looks like that. So if I back out of it and he's wearing slot 1, and if I look down, you can see he's wearing your clothes.
That's quite good because you can see the things.
I mean, unfortunately, you can't see his entire body unless he's standing looking in a mirror or something like that, unless we sort of do
urgent.
a view of it. She keeps saying it's urgent. Have you got to be somewhere? Have you got an appointment? You know, are you having your hair done? Looks like you need it. I shouldn't have said that. That was very rude. I'm sorry about that. I don't normally say things like that. It's because you're here. I'm so defensive of you, you see, in the presence of other women.
Kind of urgent.
Yes, it's not urgent at all. So we're hunting for a new look. I'm going to go back into the character menu, but this time, not the character menu, the inventory, and I don't know where I'm going.
Am I putting you off?
I'm sorry, you are putting me off, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not used to having you here. This is the thing. I'm used to hearing you from afar in the other parts of the house, and I presume the other way around. But
I always know where you are.
You always know where I am. That's certainly true, yes. You always know where I am. It's not always true the other way around, because obviously you can be... Sometimes I go downstairs, she's not there, and she's left me a note saying, you know, I've gone to the shops, or I'm doing this, or whatever. But yeah, I can generally be found here on days when I'm doing a video. Right, so in slot 6, we're going to do another outfit, which is going to be the... Smart
casual.
Yeah, so this
Man
is the
about
one.
town.
Yes, as opposed to Man About the Circus, which is the last one we made, wasn't it? Let's be honest. Do you want to start the same way?
Let's start from the bottom, from his feet. Start with his feet.
Okay, footwear. Footwear-wise...
I think we need shoes this time.
Okay, so up at the top somewhere?
Yes, top row.
Creamy rhubarb dress shoes with sole support.
No,
or I can offer you, what does that say? Abendstern polycarbonate dress shoes for the stars who shine at night.
What's the last one?
Or Silbermond tough-lined dress shoes. Show your colleagues what pay grade you're in.
I like the idea of those.
Showing off the pay grade.
Tough-lined dress shoes.
And we've got them.
two-tone,
There
light
they
and
are.
dark grey.
They are actually. They're
I like
rather
that.
nice, aren't they? So now you presumably want to work upwards from the bottom
Yes,
then.
we'll do the lower body, yes.
Lower body. We'll do the lower body.
Legs.
I mean, I would suggest the ones at the top, maybe not.
No. And we don't really want too much. We don't want bright colours this time.
No.
We're going for sleek.
Wasn't particularly the
Grey,
colour of them that I
perhaps.
was worried about, more the style
Yes,
of something
we don't
like
want
this.
baggy shorts.
No. I mean, do they even qualify as shorts?
No.
Yeah, so much colour for so small a thing, it says. I think it's
Not
talking
worth
about
the
the
money,
shorts.
really, they are they?
When it says so small
Yeah.
a thing. Just saying. So you have, I mean, it depends if you want, like, colour-wise, what are you aiming for here?
I think more of a grey
All right,
shine,
so
something.
a corporate look.
Yes, if you like, corporate look.
Classic
Try
immuno
those,
cotton
yes, I quite
corporate
like the sound of
pants.
those.
Or there's bi-long formal pants with reinforced neo silk. Or there's comfy rocker aramid weave slim fits. They go with everything. Or sturdy sin fibre pleated pants. They aren't much, but at least they won't fall off your bottom. That's bottom.
Okay.
Classic composite lined pleated pants. A little tacky. So what was the one you liked best?
What was the first one? That one, yeah.
This one, the classic
the immuno cotton.
I don't think it means, you won't catch smallpox or something if you're wearing them, but
I quite like
that.
those.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. They've got like a
Nice,
different thing going on.
Yeah, like a sort of a amphibian look to them.
You're building a lizard.
Lizard, that's the word. Yeah,
we're building a lizard. Be the lizard. Right.
Yes,
so
we need an undergarment.
again, some of these obviously. Don't ask. I don't know how I got these
Why
things.
you don't want to bust ear?
I don't know how I got it.
No.
I did at certain stages of the game. I have, as you know, met up with
Young women.
I wouldn't say they were
Not
that
necessarily young
I mean,
women.
they were quite, some of them quite mature in terms
Okay.
of experience of the world. I meant, oh God, I'm digging a hole for myself.
Yes, let's just concentrate on.
Stop digging.
Let's go down to the bottom.
Oh,
Bottom row.
Okay. All
The
right.
one in the middle. That looks quite interesting.
A semi-formal sin fibre button-up.
We like ours semi-formal because that's what we're going for.
It literally says, and you can't see it unfortunately because the webcam's in the way, when you can't decide whether you're going for semi-formal or semi-casual.
Let's see what
And it
that
would look
looks
like
then.
that.
Oh yes, that's very
It's also got,
cool, dude.
yeah, it's also like reflective, isn't it? It's
got
very
a
nice.
shimmer to it.
It's
I
very
like that.
nice. I like that. You're good at this. In fact,
Yeah, we'll stick with that then. I quite like that.
okay. Do you wish him to have some form of outerwear?
Some sort of jacket that's open so you can see the.
Yeah, we do have jackets.
shirt. Perhaps in like a sort of a 3/4 coat of some
So
kind.
not any of these are
No,
in this
they're
row
all a
here
bit too.
or there, but starting from the end of here maybe.
Yes. Nothing, I don't want sort of pink or
No,
yellow.
no.
Or
So
even red. No.
biker jacket maybe not probably. That says worn, so.
Yeah, but and it's fastened. You wouldn't be able to see.
Oh yeah, you
He's
see, I
already
wouldn't
got a
think about
fastened-
this.
He's already got a fastened shirt on. He doesn't want another fastened shirt.
Old Maelstrom field jacket almost seems as if it adapted the personality of its former owner.
We could have a look.
You can try and see what it would look like.
Oh, I do like that. It's a bit safari.
You see the way he's flexing his hands now? He's putting on his going, hey.
He's feeling a bit cool.
He is, isn't he? Too cool.
I'm quite liking this
too
outfit.
cool.
Yeah, I like that one.
Face? Do you want to stay with that one or do you want to try a different one? We can try a different one.
We could try a different one, but I think I'll probably go for that one. What's the longer black one right at the end there?
That one, the
Yeah.
trench coat. Time-worn trench coat. Would look like that.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't think that goes at all.
Okay.
No.
So you want to go back
to
the... I've got to try and find it now. That one
That
there.
one, that's
the
it,
old
the
Maelstrom field jacket.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there are other trench coats. There's a worn punk
coat.
coat, which would look like that.
No, I think
I'm
it's
not
the
sure.
length. I think the length doesn't look
I
right.
don't know what's going on the collar there. It kind of looks like...
It's got a similar pattern to his trousers, mine.
It has a little bit, hasn't it? Yeah, that's a very good point.
I still think I like the
Okay.
field coat look.
So we're going with the old Maelstrom field jacket.
Yeah.
This one.
Yes, I
Yes.
like that. Mm.
Also, you can see the sort of stuff on his arms, can't you, more
Mm.
like that, because it's 3/4 sleeve. I know these words. I know these. I've been shopping. I've been clothes shopping, haven't I?
Yes,
I mean, I didn't
you
yesterday.
You are quite good at choosing things for me, actually.
Yesterday, when you went to buy pyjamas and jeans, I didn't go with you.
No.
I went in the creche.
You went in the creche.
Which is
yes.
there's this place we go to in town where there's a clothes shop opposite a CEX, which is an electronic retailer in the UK with second-hand retail electronics, graphics cards, PlayStations, many games, DVDs, microphones, phones. You name it, they sell it. So it's no, we call it the creche because she puts me in there and she knows where I am while she's doing other bits
While I'm
of
trying clothes on.
shopping. Yes, but sometimes I do go clothes shopping with you though.
You
It's
do,
just
yeah.
for things like
I
that.
do need your help sometimes.
Yes, for sometimes things like
Deciding.
that. Right, shall we continue?
Yes, let's carry on.
Face.
I don't think I want him in anything. We don't want a mask or anything like that, or even probably
No.
even glasses. So
I mean, I've got fairly limited range, I've got to be honest, and I don't think the lady in the shop had much either.
the only ones I probably would try is the dark sunglasses of some kind.
Johnny's aviator glasses.
Let's have a look, see what they look like.
When you can't afford a chrome silver arm but really want that Johnny cosplay. So this is to make you look a bit like Johnny Silverhand because these are the glasses that he wears.
It's quite cool.
It is. We can't see where he's going, but it is quite cool.
No.
Yeah.
The only others I'd try is the one. No, not the ones at the end on the left.
Oh, these?
That's it, yeah.
The polycarbonate sports
Sport, yeah,
sunglasses,
sports
a
sunglasses.
symbiosis of function and style, would look like that. Mm.
Oh, not sure.
Too
What
severe?
do you think?
I
suppose
don't
it
know.
depends what he's having on his head.
I'm not sure how I get rid of those. Actually, I've just realised something. I might
If
have
you
to.
don't want
I might have to
anything,
investigate this
how
afterwards.
do you get rid of them?
How do I delete that?
If you didn't want those, I'd put the aviator ones back on.
These.
Yes.
Well, let's put the aviator ones on for
Yes,
now.
leave the aviator.
And I
ones
will
on.
investigate because I've
How
not done
to
this. This is why
cancel.
I brought Mrs. Clivical with me because I haven't done it, so I don't know how it works. In
We
terms
don't
of
know how
putting
to
together
cancel anything.
yeah, and that I'll have to work out. Someone in the comments will scream at me how to do it, but by the time
Someone
they
will
do
know.
it, I will have hopefully worked it out and done it. So
But I do quite like the aviator glasses.
they're not bad. I mean,
I
an
mean, he
element
doesn't
of
have to have anything on his head. We can just leave him with the aviator glasses. But
true. That's very true.
we could see what headwear there is first.
You could. I don't know what you'd put on him actually for that.
No, you don't.
He's going to look.
There's nothing
I'm
really
not going to do it
smart,
again.
is
I'm
there?
not going to put headwear on him again and then
No.
not be able to take that off as well.
Let's not put headwear on then. I do like the
So-
outfit we've got him in.
So that
If
is
he's going somewhere smart, you won't want headwear.
okay. I mean, push the button by all means.
That one.
Yeah. You've equipped him. So if we again back out of the menu into the shop and I look down, he's wearing what we just bought him. You can actually see his shirt as well.
You
Very
see,
good.
I'm glad we went for those shoes. You can see that nice pattern on them.
I'm glad you went for those shoes.
Kind of
Can-
urgent.
Can I
There's
just
some
say,
terrible stains on
I was
the
about to say
carpet.
this. What the heck has gone on in your shop? That looks like
I
mould.
think you need to have a word with the cleaner.
The cleaner's probably been sacked in order to pay her salary. That is awful, isn't it? For a high-end shop. Look at it.
It's like,
That's glass. Something happened here. Yeah, I bet we don't ask.
no.
Don't ask about things like that.
Just buy what you need.
But you're right about the cleaner and leave.
Yes.
Leave as fast as you can. So that was the little surprise that I spoke about last episode. It's the first time we've done anything together, and it's meant setting up a new camera and working out the sound. The sound won't be quite the same as it is when it's just me speaking into the microphone. We're a fraction further away, but I'll see what I can do to that in post. I would just like to say thank you. Thank you for humouring
Thank you.
me
It's
and coming along.
Been an experience.
It has been an experience,
Yes.
hasn't it? So
Nice to do something together.
Yes, we did something together today. We went shopping.
I know.
We went food shopping. We also went toy shopping for one of the grandchildren's birthdays, which was great fun, wasn't it?
It is. We do like toy shopping.
I love toy shopping because I love toys, basically.
You do.
In fact, if we go to a place that's just sells general stuff, quite often You'll find me in the toy section, won't you? If you wonder where I've gone, I've wandered off into the toy section. That's what I do. So that's that. I'm going to pause for the video for the moment while we reset, and Mrs. Clivical goes off to do... I think you're going to go watch tennis, aren't you? You said?
Yes, if it's on, yes.
Yes. Who's playing, do we know?
Hopefully Emma Raducanu.
Emma Raducanu?
If she's well enough.
Yes. It's not my favourite. My favourite was Heather Watson of the British players. Big Heather Watson fan. Seen Heather Watson several times live, haven't we?
We have, yes.
Been very fortunate, so yeah. Okay, that's it. I'll be back with you in a moment. Well, I enjoyed that visit to Dead's End immensely because I had my wife with me. They make me nervous, clothes shops and weapons shops. I don't think she's going to be accompanying me to a weapons shop anytime soon because I think she'd probably feel the same way I do about that and not really be clued in. I'm just guessing because she's not into games that use weapons particularly. The thing about having her with me for this was she chose 2 sets of clothing which I would never have picked. I would have been completely at sea. I'm pretty much the same sometimes in real clothes shops, by the way, so it carries over into the game. But the things she's chosen there, one streetwear outfit and one more formal outfit, are absolutely perfect. To the extent that, actually, I'm going to... Actually, I've done it already. I've put the streetwear one because, carrying as he is the Mox shotgun that Judy left me, I don't think she wants any reminders of the Mox, so there was no way she was going to take that weapon away with her. He looks the part. I think he does. He looks street. And for meeting Kerry Eurodyne, which I guess is where we're heading because that's what Johnny wanted to do next, perfect, I think. He's quite well disguised. I don't think Kerry will understand who he is. So we need to read the journal text for Holding On, which is the next part of this. Before we do, I just want to say though, my wife was quite nervous about being in front of the camera. She did ask me to do most of the talking, which I did, as you see, and also, she's decided she'd like to keep the sunglasses towards the end that we put on to Johnny. There isn't an unequip button, as far as I can find, which I think maybe is something for Cyberpunk 2, because it's always better to make mechanisms like that overt rather than make them more difficult to find. They're not intuitive, in other words. They should be intuitive if you're encouraging people to experiment and use them. I was nervous enough about customising him in the first place. As you know, it doesn't come naturally to me, customising characters. So, yeah, that's that sorted. Let's read Johnny's red text and get cracking. Meet Johnny by the North Oak sign. The whole time I was flat on my digital in Mikoshi, Kerry was out there forging his glittering solo career. He'd better be real chill after all these years, right? But something tells me deep down he's still the same. Anyway, come on, guy's gonna himself when he sees me. Well, yes, if he sees you though, because he's going to be looking at V, isn't he? Let's read the descriptor texts. I'm guessing as we're heading towards North Oak, that must be in the direction of where Kerry can be found. We have read Westbrook before. I don't think I've read North Oak before. So we'll do this one first and then we'll do North Oak. Westbrook. A fair number of Knight citizens firmly believe Westbrook is the best district to live in. After all, this area includes the picturesquely situated North Oak, probably the most beautiful neighbourhood in the city and where many of Knight City's rich and influential reside. Charter Hill has its charm too, home to ambitious and enterprising corpos who've climbed halfway up the company ladder. Last but not least, Japantown is widely known as Knight City's party district. Yes, indeed, Westbrook is the place to be, and yet that wasn't always the case. Over 50 years ago, after the nuclear attack on Arasaka in 2023, the part of Westbrook next to city centre sustained serious damage. The quake created by the blast completely wiped out Japantown's high rises, leaving behind ghostly, crooked skeletons that loomed over the district for the next 2 decades. Charter Hill was inundated with refugees. Even North Oak saw ramshackle huts and tents hastily put up on its slopes. Luckily, by the 2040s, the great restoration of Knight City was already underway. The ruins of mega buildings were removed, replaced by shiny monoliths from predominantly Asian corporations, returning Japantown to its former glory. Charter Hill was also cleaned up, and soon provided new homes for corporate employees. The refugee and homeless encampments in North Oak lasted for much longer, remaining a sore sight for city authorities. The crime levels there set new city records, for a time even soaring above those of the city's combat zone. Eventually the area was brought to order with the help of mercenaries and shortly thereafter became the North Oak we know today, the most exclusive and secure area of Knight City. So let's zoom in closer on North Oak itself. North Oak is the newest district in Night City. It's also the richest. Freedom from poverty and gangs. Now that's what you call luxury. It's hard to believe, but 50 years ago, this was just a rocky hill hemming the city in from the northeast. After the nuclear bomb went off at Arasaka Tower, almost 8,000 desperate Night citizens moved to higher ground, putting up corrugated tin roofs and a la shantytown. Over the next few years, the hill became something of an independent district, its poverty and duct-taped houses a grim reminder of the past. Finally, in the 50s, the Night City Council, sponsored by corporations, decided to do some spring cleaning, officially waging a war against crime. The North Oak slum was forcibly evacuated and bulldozed, only to boast the city's priciest real estate soon after. Today, North Oak houses the city's wealthiest elite, corpo execs, venture capitalists, actors, musicians living next door to their producers, and rock stars such as Kerry Eurodyne. All of North Oak is dotted with spacious villas featuring their own microclimates and manicured lawns. North Oak is the city's very own Elysium and every Night citizen's dream neighbourhood. And it looks like there's a wall there at the bottom. It looks like there are walls everywhere actually. Both of those roads have got gates on them and barriers. It looks like a fortress. The place to be if you're rich. Whilst I was switching from where we were in the shop to being outside, I've moved time forwards, by the way, very slightly to 9:45 a.m. So yeah, I want to do this in daylight is what I'm saying. I've spent quite a bit of time in the dark recently, either in real life or in the game. So let's drive there, shall we? Now, on our way over here, and I didn't show you this, I noticed there was a thing happening on this corner. I can't resist being nosy. I'm not going to stop for lots of NCPD stuff. Hello?
Calling all NCPD subcons.
That's me.
Suspected organized crime activity reported over on Richmond Street. Intel indicates Maelstrom gang members dealing in illegal stimulants in the area.
Okay.
They're led by Tom Ayer, aka Emir, a known serial killer. Night City authorities have offered a reward for neutralizing the group.
I mean, you know, you're singing my song here because I've just spent a lot of eddies, and these are they. These are Maelstrom. It looks like they've got some person on their knees over there. Yeah, they have. Let me just tag them. There are 4. Now I've got to be careful here because there is a citizen there, and if I were to use my new quick hacks indiscriminately, for instance, to do a contagion followed by overheat, it's possible if one of these people was to explode, it would kill the citizen who's there. So what I will do, I'm going to overheat the one who's most close to causing damage. I don't think I've got enough RAM to do 4 overheats, but I can certainly do the 3 who are nearest. Yeah, I'm just slightly short of 4. That will do for a good start. Oh, let's use the mocks. The mocks can deal with this one. Oh, you're dead.
Hey.
I think we've done it. Not quite. 2 mock shots were necessary. I've used Judy's gun immediately. That's good. And we've solved it. So it's okay, everybody, calm down. All's well. What's going on over there? Did I hear some noises? Did I start a fight? I don't think I did. We've done it. We've done it. We've done it. We've solved it. Our solo's gone up 1, which is excellent, and the dude here can go away. You are free. Is he going to move? He's paralysed. Hello. He's traumatised by what's just happened. You're free, you can go. Never mind. We'll take your money shard. 9,000 eddies. That's just made it worthwhile straight away. And also I will loot bodies. It's a subject that came up, and it has been coming up several times in the comments. The apparent conflict of interest between morality and the need to acquire wealth and components in the game, because it does reward you for intervening, and intervening in a purposeful way like this, so that you are looting bodies effectively. The point was made that sometimes there was a worker in the previous episode in a factory. Sometimes you're making the choice to disable people to take them out of the game when they've not actually proven to be belligerent towards you. But I do think there is an element of V being cautious in situations like that. He assumes that just because someone's not being a problem at the moment, they might not turn into a problem in the future, if you're with me, and therefore he tends to take them out. Now the thing is, there seems to be a difference in my mind between the way V treats strangers in situations like that, who may turn into enemy combatants, and people that he knows or people that he's associated with. For instance, he would never think of attacking the person who's in the clothes shop there, because they're not in a situation where V feels threatened, or where there's a mission at stake that can be failed by omitting to spot a danger, if you see what I mean. It is a fine line though, and I have noticed this myself, the way that the game forces this to happen, and I nearly missed picking up that pen knife. Please don't stay there all day. You'll get really sore knees for one thing. I just think I may have rescued him too late. I think the shock of what's happened will stay with him now forever. I also think I'll get in the correct side of the car. Okay, let's do this. We're going to drive across to meet Johnny by the North Oak sign. The North Oak sign? North Oak is where the hills are, isn't it? I'm starting to remember this now. There were sounds off there, weren't they? Did you hear them? There was something going on, but I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to stop to investigate everything that happens. Gosh, the way the sunlight comes through between these pipe structures and creates these lanes, it's almost like you don't need the road markings, if there were any even. You wouldn't need them, because you've got these guidelines to travel along. It just feels so great. How far was it? Oh, 2.2 kilometres. Right, so one of the things that came up about Judy was this finality of her leaving. Another thing. And obviously, the fact that she chose to take V to such a personal place, a place of great significance to her, I think matters. It's as if she'd always known that if she was ever to dive at that location, it would be the sign that she was ready to leave Night City. Either because of happiness reasons, in other words, she didn't need Night City anymore because she'd found what she was looking for, and maybe that could have been Evelyn. Maybe together the two of them could have got away. We know that Evelyn wanted to. She wanted to get as far away from Night City as she could. Or for the exact opposite reason, that something had happened which had meant she literally couldn't tolerate Night City anymore, and it turned out to be the latter. But she always, I think, knew to herself that before she departed Night City, one way or the other, the sign would be the day she chose to go and dive that location. It was something else, that dive. Taking V with her enabled her to experience happiness again, something that had eluded her. She was able to go back in time to a place where she did experience happiness and felt safe and loved and secure, looked after and all the rest with her grandparents. And it reminded her that it was possible for her to have that again. That, I think, is the basis upon which she took V there. He was the instrument that helped her to do that, but she didn't mind sharing it with him either. And, you know, opinions on Judy do vary, and it shocked me in the comments slightly. I mean, I know that opinions on everything vary, but I thought Judy was probably more universally liked, but there are people who don't like her, it seems, and their input, their opinions on this was refreshing to read. Some people find her abrasive, and they think that's really what she is, that she's self-centred, that she does put herself and her concerns before everyone and everything else, that it isn't a veneer, in other words, that there is no shell, that you are seeing the real Judy in that regard. My interpretation of it differs, as you know, because I think there is a deeper person than the exterior presents to the world. And I quite like that person, and I'm going to miss that person too. So yeah, it was really interesting reading the different comments on that subject. She is regarded as a major character, clearly, there isn't a person, I think, who sidelined in any way or said she's not important. If nothing else, because of the effect she has on V and on Johnny's relationship with V too. Because Johnny really, he does not like the idea that Judy has V's ear. That she calls and he answers. That she asks and he says yes every time. Johnny doesn't like that. I did find it disingenuous of him, the way that he spoke of Alt's relationship with him as being superior to anything that anybody could ever have. And, you know, I still think there's this element of ego with Johnny, that his experience of the world is far superior to everybody else's, that he still hankers for the day when the world jumped when he spoke and he was held in high regard by a lot of people. He misses that control. He misses that ability. He doesn't like that he's now at the behest of V for everything. He has to ask. He has to negotiate if he wants to achieve anything, go anywhere, see anyone. But yeah, I've got a lot of respect for Judy's decision to leave. I think she's done it on her terms, even though you might say events forced it upon her. Now, we'll talk a little bit more about clouds and the mocks in a bit, because that came up too. We've reached North Oak. Hello, North Oak. It's beautiful up here, by the way. It really is. I mean, it just feels more chill, doesn't it? This is the place you come and just sit, and you're not fearful that something horrible is going to happen. It's just so peaceful. It's serene. So Johnny's chosen this place to meet me. He's not even here. Meet Johnny by the North. He is here. Hello. Right, I'm here.
This ought to work.
Yeah. Why are we here, is the question. I think I know the answer to this.
Well, so why are we here exactly?
Heard Kerry got himself a buck of mansion here.
Yes.
Done well.
Where'd you hear anything about Kerry?
In and about town. Scream sheets are full of shit about him. Oh, right. You weren't around.
Mm-hmm. Your big night out. So what? Want to pay him a visit?
Yep. Seems as good a time as any.
Yeah, we knew this was coming. So you want me to head to his deluxe camp? I'm going to go with that.
So I gotta hit Kerry's digs, look around, critique the drapes?
Know what they're writing about him? He's depressed, attempted suicide.
What, really worried he wants to hurt himself?
Who knows? Either way, could give him some pointers.
Meaning you want to go in person. Gotta hand you the reins again.
Oh, no.
Yes. Behaved myself last time, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
I think I warrant another furlough for good behavior.
Your definition of good behaviour and my definition of good behaviour are entirely different things, Mr. Silverhand. I mean, a tattoo and V throwing up for half the next day. So what is the basis of these reports about Kerry?
What was that about attempted suicide?
Amateur hour. Didn't even cobble together the right audience. Tried to put a bullet through his skull in his room. Bodyguard took his gun like candy from a baby.
Could just be the rumor mill.
Sure, could. But I want to know.
Interesting. So...
Uh-huh. First Rogue, now Kerry. Who's next on the list of conjugal visits?
Yes.
Nobody. Just so happens the list of people I consider friends and who are still alive is pretty damn short.
That I can believe.
Exactly why I need to talk to Kerry.
You see, I'm in two minds about this. How does he feel about Kerry? Is he going to treat him as a friend?
Ready?
Oh, not yet, no. Or is he out to continue an argument? I just don't know. I'd like to think that he's there to settle old disputes and make peace. You know, the rogue approach to try and re-establish some sort of relationship, to air grievances.
Ready?
Yeah. I'm okay, but I literally don't know what to expect, so maybe you could elaborate?
Okay, but I want to know what you plan to do.
Nothing stupid, I promise. Just want to see how he's doing.
I wish I could believe
How you
that.
plan to tell him it's you? Could be dealing with some real personal shit right now. Might not be the best time to mess with his head.
V-Care was always dealing with personal shit. That's why, in spite of everything else, we got along. Don't worry. I'll play it by ear, sensitively. First things first. We gotta get into that house.
Okay, just let me know when you want to take the wheel.
Alright, so we've talked to Johnny and now we're going to enter Kerry's property. Are you coming with me then? Shall we go? Oh, he's gone. I just paused for a drink of orange there, unsurprisingly, as I do every episode, because we have been talking a lot, and having my wife here as well was great, because, you know, we chatted. I'm going to get into the car. We're going to enter Kerry's property. I'm a little concerned about this, that I might find myself a referee here, in a sense. Am I going to a reconciliation, or am I going to a prolongation of a fight that started 50 years ago and the bell has just sounded for round 2? I'm really not sure. Where is Kerry's pad? It is literally just around the corner. That's all it is. Okay, right, good. I've reminded myself that I am here as an observer. Don't do that. You see how you've made the rubber stick to the asphalt there? That is money you're spending. These tyres cost eddies. Also, don't stand on the road. It's not safe, whatever you two are doing. Although, having said that, you know, one of the strange things I've noticed about the Porsche is that although it's capable, I suspect, of great speed, I drive it more slowly. I don't want to break it. I'm precious about this car. It encourages me to slow down and take in the scenery and smell the roses as I go past, or, you know, admire the trees and the hills as you can. I just don't know what Johnny's planning here. I am caught in the middle again. I'm following his quest line at his behest. Whoa, that's a beefy mech over there. Yeah, I mean, is this part of like the perimeter guards for this entire area? I think it might be. I mean, I haven't seen a police car yet, which is indicative of one thing: either there is no crime, or the policing up here is so severe that the criminals give it a wide berth. And I think it's probably a mixture of the two.
Yeah, man, I'll reserve it for you. Just shoot the eddies over.
Wait.
Triple the usual. Hey, they powder their noses with this shit up at the Crystal fucking Palace. Quality don't come cheap, Chew. Yeah, alright, Preem. Okay, confirmed. Appreciate you rounding up. Nah, I'm at the other end of town, but I'll swing by as soon as I can.
I'm sorry, driver who was going the other way, but I think I may have just intercepted or stumbled upon a drugs deal going down. And there was me saying there's not much crime up here. I think I meant violent crime rather than crime. Is this it? Let me just park up somewhere. This piece of ground will do. Oh, gosh, suspension. There we go. Yeah, it has made me an even more cautious driver having the Porsche. I literally don't want to get a scratch on it if I can help, and I have scratched it a couple of times, but this episode I'm going to try and turn over a new leaf when it comes to the Porsche. We have got to go in there. Enter Kerry's property, but now the yellow indicator has gone a different way, and also there are some yellow circles showing up on the minimap which I'm not sure about. There is an intercom which I can't use, apparently. Okay, now I can use it. That was weird, wasn't it?
Kerry, Eurodyne residents, please wait while I connect. What?
You'll never guess who.
Huh? Can't hear ya.
Come back later? Maybe?
Nah, come on. We're lucky the dog's even home.
Enter Kerry's property, it's saying. Well, I can't use my car, obviously. I presume we can just... It's sending me all the way around there. I'm not sure. Do I need to go all the way around there? Do I? Can't I just... I mean, I don't know what's the other side of the walls. That is an issue. Let's have a look. Jump. Okay. Ooh, this is nice. This is very nice. The little fire pit type things. Contact. What do we have? Security bot. Okay. We'll do a quick tier 5 ping on you. What's that over there? Can't quite make it out. Oh, hang on. Another security bot. These are obviously going to be belligerent towards me because they don't expect me to be here. I don't have a right of entry. I'm not an expected guest. Therefore, if I just turn up in front of them, I would expect them to go for me. And on that basis, I will immediately try out from a great distance my tier 5 synapse burnout, which is very effective against mechs. Oh, yes. I mean, it is traceable, but the trace failed before it could even start. So, with that in mind, I will also, therefore, try it out on you. Because, also, I've got quite a bit of RAM now to play with. Okay. And again, the trace failed before it could commence. Ouch! Ooh! Ah! Oh! Goodness! My wife will be so angry if I get these things ruined before I've had them very long. Put holes in the knees, or whatever. Let's just clear up after ourselves, shall we?
The hell is this freak tech?
That's a very good question. This is a no affiliation now because it's kind of, well, not there anymore. Got some tier 1 components. It also had a weapon. It did have a weapon, I wasn't dreaming. I'll take that. Let's go find the other one that we dealt a blow to. This looks like the door. It is. We don't want to go in there yet because there are grounds to explore. Hello. Didn't see you there. Oof. Wow, that's quick. That is so quick now. There's no discernible gap between applying the hack and the effect occurring. I'm liking that. I'm liking it very much. Difficulty came up in the comments. Oh, do you know, when that tree moves like that, it makes you feel like you're moving on your seat, and I'm not. Difficulty came up in the comments. People saying, have you thought about raising the difficulty level? We've had the discussion before, but the thing is, I'm still at the stage where I've not used smart and tech weapons to any degree. There are loads of these bots walking around, by the way. I've just seen 2 more. So being on normal difficulty does allow me a little cushion of experimentation for when the time comes and I do actually start looking at them. Don't forget, I've just put the smart link in on tier 5, so that's a possibility now. Yeah, I don't want to change it. In other words, I'm happy keeping it where it is. But certainly, as I said last episode, I am giving serious thought to the future, and I will say no more about that, about difficulty levels. You can go too. I don't know how many of these things there are. I didn't ping you. Your friend went over there somewhere. I'm not even exploring the area as yet. I'm just simply dealing with these security bots. I'm wondering how many of them there are. I mean, that one's far enough away not even to have shown up on the mini-map. Yeah, right at the very top edge of the mini-map, that one was. So, it's a good way of looting things and gaining stuff. Maybe it was possible to elude them by taking a different route into the building. I think that's probably so. They're certainly doing some good guarding work on the front of the building where the entrance is, that I just spotted. That's a rather nice looking vehicle over there. I think I should begin an exploration of the grounds on the basis that I may not explore it when I come out then. Kerry Eurodyne has done rather well for himself. That is a massive mansion, and I've just spotted a readable. That's a massive mansion. Like a magnet, it draws me. Forget everything else, there's a readable over there. And it looked like one we haven't read too, which would be rather special. There does not seem to be a great deal of security camera presence here either. But then I guess if you've got robots patrolling, you don't need security cameras too much, do you? Let's see what this readable is, shall we? Oh-ho. Kerry Eurodyne, Second Conflict, New Album Review. People always say that after Johnny vanished, Samurai vanished with him. I'll push it one step further. When Samurai vanished, so did Kerry Eurodyne. This latest album proves Eurodyne will never be more than a Samurai epigon, an Uberos, a sad second-hand tour de farce. That's harsh. Eurodyne can't seem to climb out of Silverhand's shadow, and honestly, it doesn't seem like he wants to. He's still basking in the memories of decades-old scandals because he just can't seem to put together a headline of his own these days. Kerry Eurodyne's golden age has long since passed. What got me curious is how much money his label's pumping into this sinking ship, just so we don't think otherwise. Ooh, scathing. Yes, I mean, no comment about the music particularly, it's just all about the sad state of Kerry Eurodyne. Okay, so that's a thing. This is huge. There's a helicopter landing pad over here which we sort of know about because I keep saying helicopter. They're not helicopters, are they? But you know what I mean. In the current parlance, that's what we would call them. One day, I guess, we'll have things like that because why wouldn't we? We're just waiting for the tech to catch up, aren't we? They always say that if the need is there, the tech will find a way. This is one we have read, Slavoj McAllister. Ah. Hey, but starting with one that we haven't read is Preem. Isn't it, Tubes? In the comments someone said, do you use any of the words from the vocabulary of Cyberpunk in everyday life? I've started using Tune occasionally when I'm driving and someone does something creative and I will, advise them under my breath to myself, that was a good manoeuvre, Tune, or something like that. But no, I try not to let too much of the vocabulary creep in because people around you don't understand what you're talking about, for one thing, and look at you, gone out, as they say over here, meaning they haven't got a clue what you're raving on. That, I'm guessing, was the gates where we would have entered had we been regarded as sufficiently important. I found another readable. It's one we've read. Caroli's new security bot line. This must be what Kerry has done. No human guards here. Put your faith in the bots. I'm guessing we can go further this way round too. There's another readable. Eurodyne, the unauthorised biography. Now, we've read this, but it would seem quite appropriate to reread this one at the moment since it's Kerry Eurodyne we're about to meet. So let's do this. Eurodyne, the unauthorised biography. Unsurprisingly, Samurai never achieved major commercial success because the voice that directed the group's trajectory was that of demagogue frontman Silverhand rather than that of Eurodyne, whose main aspiration was the pursuit of music itself. Silverhand never possessed grand ambitions for creative expression. Instead, he was hell-bent on a personal path of devastation. These destructive tendencies had significant influence on Kerry and persisted long after the Arasaka Tower attack and Johnny's disappearance. Only following an extended hiatus did Eurodyne prove to the world his creative potential. He captured the imaginations and hearts of thousands of fans, securing him a spot in the company of music's legends. Now you see, that contrasts sharply with the review of his album that we just read, doesn't it? That is interesting. That is very interesting. I mean, it may be an unauthorised biography, but an unauthorised biography isn't necessarily always a bad thing. It can be more objective. It can also, swing the other way completely and be very, very supportive and rosy, even though it's unauthorised. And the word unauthorised tends to make you think that you're going to get the juicy bits that the authorised biography would not necessarily contain or want revealed, for that matter. We may as well circumnavigate the entire complex the view is just to die for, isn't it? And I don't say that literally, obviously. Yeah, you do feel isolated here. You do feel wrapped in cotton wool. Oh, we've got a glitch there. Ooh, this is nice too. This is a little sort of, I don't know, what do you call it? Oh, very good effect. That's what it's there for. It's so you can admire this continuous waterfall effect. Oh, that's really lovely. I've just jumped out of the window. Help! I didn't mean to do that. That'll teach me. And now, rock climbing with V. We're back up. Yes, alright, so we saw that. That was very good. That never happens to Kerry Eurodyne, I'll bet. He looks like he might be a teetotal. By the fact that we've got coffee with sin milk there. And another readable, which I would have missed completely. Oh, I've read it. Haven't I read this? It's exactly the same thing, but it was actually showing as, I think, I hadn't read it. Oh. I'm disappointed now. What a great way to start with a new readable, though. This is a side door, which I'm betting because it's red we're not going to gain access to. We're not going to gain access to that. Alright, shall we head back round towards the front? It's a very nice looking vehicle. I will bet it costs a bit. Ooh, look at that. That's sleek. What's one of these when it's about? This is a Rayfield Aerondite, I think it's called. They're still making them. In fact, they're very current. 2075 to 77 rear wheel drive. 950 horses in this thing. Quite heavy too, and it's locked. Fetches a higher price than the lifetime earnings of the average night citizen multiplied by 52. That I can well imagine. And it's Kerry Eurodyne's, apparently. Now there was me saying that he's teetotal. What bottles are these? Okay, that looks alcoholic. I'm just saying. That looks like a kind of fruit juicy thing. What is this? Can I get anywhere nearer to it? Can't quite read the label, but yeah, I'm guessing that's alcohol. Oh, hello. Right, so I'm going to take back what I said. Kerry is not a teetotal. Let's go in, shall we? Let's go in and see what there is to see. I'm assuming I can open the doors. I can open the doors. Well, that's good. You settle on a piano.
Fugly as seafood barf. Hope it was expensive, at least.
Oh.
Something's got to justify this level of tacky.
You see, why would Johnny say this was ugly? Yeah, I know things are in disarray, and you know we've got considerable amounts. It looks like of human detritus, rubbish, discarded food and drink containers everywhere. Actually, it's more beyond what he's consuming. It's more about the way he's consuming it. This is a guy who surely must live alone. I mean, I can't imagine a significant other tolerating this amount of dishevelled, just chucking stuff where you leave it and not worrying about it. But why would Johnny say that this was ugly? I'm trying to put a handle on the ugliness, and I'm not getting it. It looks relatively tasteful to me. It's a bit of a blank canvas. I think it hasn't been personalised to the nth degree. There's an absence of artwork. There are a few plants, but it's quite open and bare otherwise. I think we should explore, don't you? Shall we? So, I mean, there's numerous... Oh, hello. Another shard that we've read. This one was Liberium Arbitrium, which we have read. There's numerous areas where you can settle and just chill. That's a whole mattress on the floor there. Like, you know, if he can't be bothered to go into bed, he sleeps there, and it looks like he has. He's got his nightcaps. It would appear that he smokes quite heavily, unless someone's not emptied that ashtray for a considerable amount of time. There is an upstairs area.
Oh, fuck. Cookie cutter crap straight from a catalog.
What are we talking about?
Kerry picked this. Always ate out. Always.
We're talking about food. Okay. There's a surfboard on the table. albums on the table, books, yeah, uneaten food from goodness knows how long ago. That's several meals. Is it one person's meal that's been repeatedly left on the table waiting to be cleared by I don't know whom, or is it for several people? There are multiple place settings, and yet I'm leaning towards thinking this is the same person who's been just moving from one chair to the next rather than clearing away. Maybe that's what it is. Scanning is, I don't know if it's going to be revealing or not in this situation. We will scan as we go around, but that view, yeah, look at it. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is moving over and behind now. That's what you pay for up here, not just the security but the view as well. We have a piano. We have a readable. Please be one we haven't read. Aha! One we haven't read. Samurai, Swords Crossed. Before Kerry Eurodyne became the rock god and American cultural icon we know today, he was someone else entirely. Someone even he may not remember, or perhaps more precisely would rather forget. In his samurai days, Eurodyne played second fiddle to the group's infamous vocalist Johnny Silverhand. In his few moments of sincerity, such as the hard-to-find interview with Meryl Apostolakis, Eurodyne confessed that he left Samurai no less than 2 separate times, promising himself that each departure would be his last. While he variously claimed artistic differences, Silverhand's character, or organisational chaos as his reasons, the truth lay elsewhere. Simply put, the suffocating, cramped clubs where Samurai played just didn't have a stage that could hold both Johnny and Kerry. 2 inflated alpha male egos constantly vying for the mic and their fans' adoration. Yet Kerry always returned to the Samurai fold. Why? Here we enter the realm of pure rumour and gossip, the most interesting of which pegs Kerry's drama as the oldest, simplest story in the book, love. Okay. Love of music, love for a person. Intriguing. The sheer number of empty drink containers in this place would suggest Kerry may have something of a problem. My only thought about this is, why isn't it being cleaned up? Surely he's got staff. Even if there's nobody else living here, surely he has people. You know, as important, rich, famous people do. They have people, don't they? It's what they do. And also, why would anyone preserve, unless he did it, I guess? Maybe this is his graffiti? A wall of graffiti. How curious. There is a continuing motif through the building. You've got the wood, obviously, which is a big feature of it. You've got the single flooring with the occasional matting that's been put down to create areas. That looks like some sort of music performance area over there. But there's another wall that's got graffiti on it. Either he's had people in to do this because it reminds him of the streets and he wants that connection, you know, the sort of the humble beginnings thing, the reminder of it, or at least he wants to give that impression to people who visit, that that's where he comes from and where his roots still are. Or he's turned it over to people who've come to see him and said, okay, you know, just scroll on the wall if you want to, leave a little calling card to say you were here. It could be that. It could be that. I spy albums. This is interesting. I'm guessing I can scan these. I can scan these.
Never fade away.
Guess if I had a fave, it'd be that one.
Okay. These are all samurai albums, with the exception of the bottom one, which is a Kerry Eurodyne album. What's this one then?
What's...
Old single we put out. No idea why Kerry hoards shit like that.
I don't know. Maybe it reminds him of a particularly good time. Maybe he thought he played exceptionally well upon it.
Okay. Even I know that
yeah,
one.
chipping in.
An oldie but a goodie.
Yes. Talking about yourself at this point. And this one isn't. This is Kerry Eurodyne. Oh.
Second conflict. Kerry'd always go straight for kitsch with titles.
Yeah.
Guess nothing's changed.
Well, yes, if you'd read what I read, which you did, of course, because you're me, if you see what I mean, then you'd know that that was not well received. Isn't that weird? He's put his output, his production, I should say, don't use output, that means a different thing in this game, next to the ones that were famed and more regarded, better received, I guess, in reviews. He's kind of comparing the two, making it valid that his is there by putting it in partnership, in company of the greats. I think that might be what it is. Or it could be that when Kerry Eurodyne first started, he was successful and the unauthorised biography was accurate in that regard. We really needed to read more pages of that biography. I like this music area, actually. It's got a vibe going. He must have people here. Surely Kerry doesn't also... I don't know. It's impossible to discern. These things do look like more than the work of one person. I'm going to say he does have visitors here. Ooh, we've got guitars. Okay, can I scan all of them? Preem collection.
Wicked bad collection.
Well, now I am impressed. Played a few of these myself back in our samurai days.
Oh yeah? You're not going to play one now, are you? No. He's looking... Does he want me to sort of scan them? I think that might be what it is. So this is a Delif Astral Rock from 2058. It's a vintage. And we've also got this, which is a vintage balalaika. We don't know who made it, but it was produced in 2029. Curious that we don't know who made it, but we know the year of manufacture. Usually that's a big clue. We've also got a Delif Astral Rock from 2043. We've got they've got huge cutaways on them, these things, haven't they? This one is not... Oh, hang on.
Acts like that run us many eddies?
Forget it. We couldn't afford it. That's Kerry's fave.
Okay. It's still saying find Kerry in his villa, and I'm not doing anything about that, am I? I'm too busy wandering around. That's Johnny Silverhand. I know how much he's worth. I know what vintage he is too. He's quite old. He's older than all these guitars. Alright. That's good. I would, if I were choosing, I think I would go with either the one on the right, that one, or, and you probably know where I'm going with this, the one on the left, this one. They just look more trad in their appearance to me. But yeah, the cutaways are fantastic on them. Okay. Right. Are we continuing to explore down here? I'm trying to think where we've not been thus far. Have we been in this area? I don't think we've been in this area. Oh. More.
Ah, beautiful butterfly Kerry emerging from his silky samurai chrysalis.
Whoa. That's quite the picture, isn't it? Ego much, do we think? There's no information about who painted it or how long it's been there, or its cost for that matter. The guy does read newspapers, and he must have visitors because he's been playing games, and not against AI, I'll bet. It's probably got the most sensational views of any building that I've been in so far in the game. It gives you the impression that North Oak is further away from the city though. You know, there's more of a sort of boundary belt between the edge of the city and North Oak. But I guess one of the trappings of wealth is that you want to be able to see the rest of the world. Not to have it completely hidden from you. You want to be able to look out at it and look down upon it furthermore. And think that's where you used to be, and you've literally gone up in the world. That's what's happened to Kerry Eurodyne. Having said that, I think he may also have gone down in the world, if those reviews are correct. There's that car again. It looks even better from this side. I can't go out of the door, I'm sure I can't go out.
All right. I'll give him that one.
Out of the door. You like the car. Is that what he's saying? Where is it? Okay, Johnny's not there, but he does like the car. Yeah, I mean, come on. The car's got class. It's sleek. It's far too big for what it needs to do. You often find that with some cars, don't you? That, I mean, look where the actual passenger compartment of that vehicle starts. It's further towards the back of the car than the front. You could cut the car in half, and the front half of it is nothing. It's just engine and bonnet. The rear of the car, you know, the back part where everything else is, the stash, the boot, the place where people actually sit. And I'm betting it's only 2-seater. Totally impractical for, you know, taking the baby to clinic or anything like that. Yeah. Okay, so I think there's another set of staircases going upstairs. I think we've done the downstairs. That's a curious area under the stairs. Can I get to that? How on earth do you get to that? Excuse me a second. Like that is how we get to this. It's a rowing machine. But I mean, I don't think there's room here for him to do his weights, is there? And to do much exercise. What state is Kerry Eurodyne going to be in? He's not been in stasis for 50 years. 50 more years as a rocker. What effect would that have on your body? I just kicked that can. I didn't mean to do that. This is an area we've not been to. Oh.
Oh, looks like he's showering.
Alone, too. Good thing, believe me. Okay, leave the rest to me. I'll get him out of there.
Now, my intention was, and still is, to go upstairs and explore, but I'm guessing, since the arrow's pointing over there now, I've got to go and talk to Johnny. I shall not forget. We will go upstairs, because I'm dying, really, to see what the rest of Kerry Eurodyne's establishment looks like. Honestly, Johnny, I don't understand why you've got such a down on it. I quite like the place.
Drop one of Misty's special pills. Let's go.
Oh, you do want to take over. Now everything makes sense. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm very curious to see what's up there. The only thing I would criticise about this place is that there's a lot of unused space in it. I would like to have seen more areas created for specific purposes, you know, rather than his gym equipment being under the stairs, which it seems to be. Give it a proper dedicated area. Goodness knows you've got the room to do it. And heavens, this is only the downstairs. If upstairs, in any sense, and it looks like it does, replicates part of this downstairs space quite well, he's got masses of room to do stuff. Anyway, what were you talking about? You want me to pop a Misty pill? That's what I'm calling them in my head now, Misty pills. Oh no, not yet. I'm going to do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Misty pill has been taken. Relic malfunction is detected. And...
feels so much better. Now let's see which are up for show and which are actually strummable.
Oh, I can play them! And I've heard chipping in before. Let's play Never Fade Away.
We lost everything.
And sing as well, apparently. I guess what he's doing is trying to announce our presence.
Who the fuck?
Ooh.
Keep playing.
I think he knows who it is.
Play.
I think he knows who it is.
Played enough. You know who I am.
Johnny?
Yes.
Kerry?
No. No. That's some fucking joke. Hang on. What did Silverhand tell me before he died?
Can we have this discussion without you waving the end of that very large gun right at my nostrils? Also, the silver hair. Weird, isn't it? Silver hands, silver hair. This is how he's fared. I bet he chose that bathrobe to match his hair. He just strikes me as the sort of person who would. Are you testing me?
This a test? Could just play you another song.
Answer me.
Well, we'll know the answer. He told you to stop being a
I told you to stop being a pussy. Did you? Huh?
His mouth dropped open.
Johnny fucking Silverhand. Fuck. I mean, how?
Surprise.
Motherfucker!
Ooh!
Okay, weren't expecting me. I get it.
Oh, fucking contraire. Been waiting 50 years to do that. She had changed a bit. Sporting a new style, trying to stay hip.
The thing is, he's not seen Johnny Silverhand for half a century. He thinks this is Johnny Silverhand, this new appearance.
Hello?
And I'm
Fucking
wearing the
Earth
stuff.
to fucking Johnny Silverhand.
I'm wearing the stuff that my wife put together. So maybe he literally doesn't recognise him. It could be that. I've changed a bit, so I'm going to say, yeah, what about you? He just smacked him in the mouth.
Johnny?
With his gun.
You still around?
And now he's being friendly.
Yeah, kinda. What about you?
Shit. Johnny. Oh, man, I need a drink. Alright. Come on. Tell me. Why do you look like a small-time klepto-punk from the afterlife?
Oh, so he does know that this is not Johnny Silverhand. I mean, it's 50 years. The guy could have changed, is what I'm saying. Yeah, this is a very heavily technically spec'd world where all things are possible. He could have had facial surgery. He could have had anything done to himself, for all we know. So, let's identify ourselves.
This is V. You like him.
The fuck, Johnny? Doesn't explain a thing.
Nice place.
Ain't seen much of it yet.
No, I haven't been upstairs. He has been drinking heavily. We were correct in our assumption that even if he has had visitors, much of what we can see around us is attributable to him. Now, if this apartment, it must be cleaned. It has to be cleaned, otherwise the entire floor by now would be covered with bottles, cans and all the rest of it. If a lot of this is down to him, how often do we think this place gets cleaned? Once a week? Twice a week? So maybe everything we can see there is the maximum of 3 days worth? 4 days worth, perhaps? Maybe three, judging by the quantity of food on the table. If you always eat roughly in the same place at the table, I would say there's probably no more than 3 days worth of food there for one person. So yeah, he has a problem. He's got an issue.
Moved in after the 4th album came out.
It's a nice place.
All sold well, apparently.
Fuck you, Johnny. Don't even start.
Maybe he initially
signed with
was successful.
Shit. With Arasaka. Mornings, I record at their studio. Then evenings, Yuri pops over for a little neighborly cookout.
And who'd you really sign with?
MSM Records.
Another pillar of society.
Come on. Sit down with me. Tell me where you've been all this time.
I mean, you may have struck V in the mouth, thinking he was simply an intruder. But then, yeah, it's complicated, this, isn't it? A question I really do want an answer to.
Live here all by your lonesome?
Nah, got my cook, Ariel, but he's off today. Miguel... What am I... Not your biz, June. Sit down. Start talking.
Yeah, essentially I think it's what we said. He was initially successful, his success faded, his recent albums are not well received, he's in the doldrums, he's fallen into a kind of depression about this. This would explain...
Please.
I'm going to. The dishevelled appearance of the place, the lack of care, the fact that he's surrounded by occasional staff who come in to do stuff. Although, I don't believe the bit about the chef, because there's an awful lot of fast food on the table, it looked like to me.
Steel yourself for a long story.
I just really want it to be tragic. Sad as all fuck over all those years. Because if I hear you spent them with the nomads, open road, wind in your hair, or cool and relaxed in orbit, and now you've just popped by to shit all over my life, well, I'ma lose my damn mind.
I'm going to say that the top one, really, there won't be a dry eye in the house. And he really is going to tell him, I think.
Hello?
Everything?
Fucking Earth.
Oh, it is a
Fucking Johnny
heartbreaker.
Silverhand.
Let's drink. Oh, sometime later.
Oh, fuck. Remember? The one damn time Henry showed up sober and clean as a whistle.
Uh-huh, and played absolute tripe.
At least Denny was happy.
We are shooting the breeze. I'm just going to move my chair slightly because I've noticed that after I repositioned my chair when my wife had been here, I pushed my chair right over to the side and I don't want to disappear off the edge of the screen, so I've been looking at myself there. So, portrait photo, who's that? What portrait photo? Oh, this portrait photo. Let's go through this stuff.
Who's that?
Louise, the ex-wife.
The what? Huh, you're kidding. How long did it last?
Too long. But don't worry, it worked out well. For her. Gave her my house in Tokyo, cars, kids. Yeah.
Worked out pretty well for you too, then.
Oh, you can't say that. I mean, you can say it on the basis that he's still obviously got considerable wealth, judging by what he's surrounded by. But the things he's lost, wife, access to the kids presumably as well. Yeah, I think we can see which side the split up happened here, can't we? On the screen, there's stuff happening. This is the performance of the band. And I'm guessing we can ask about band members? Let's do good times in hindsight first.
Looking at him now, those really were the best of times.
Playing fucking rat-infested dumps. Argued before every gig. Had no idea what we wanted to play, and never had an Ed to our name.
Nancy, control freak. Henry smelled like zappers and piss. I was always stealing your pants.
Hella good times, man.
Yes, and it was the success, almost, I guess, which ruined them, wasn't it? While they were in their infancy, while they were getting established and making a name for themselves, it was all rough and ready and fun and low cost. And everyone was signed up to the same objectives. And then once the fame hit and personalities kicked in and the attention that various members of the band were getting started to change so that some were favoured more than others, that's when the resentments, that's when the jealousies and everything else started to kick in.
Never did get what Denny saw in that guy. I mean, smart imp, that one. Maybe too smart for the company she kept.
Nah, Denny always went for losers, incapable of dressing themselves. Oh, Hank was perfect. Half a brain and high all the time. She got to rescue him over and over again.
Why'd she never try and fix me?
Would have had to get in line, that's why.
Oh, now we get to ask about the rumours. Are they rumours? Or is it true?
Stuff about you being depressed. It true?
Nope. Promo stratagem.
Suicide attempts too. Think putting a bullet through your skull will help your sales?
Didn't work for you. Nobody remembers Samurai. Now you're just butthurt because I managed fine without you.
Fuck me, got no answer to that.
No. I mean, there's an element of truth in that, isn't there? I think he was rather hoping to discover Kerry Eurodyne on hard times, you know, living in some dishevelled place with no sort of real things to look forward to or even to enjoy around him. And instead of that, he's living in the lap of relative luxury up here. Literally, as it says, luxury is the definition of this place, this area where he lives. He has no worries from that point of view. I mean, I guess the guys had to work in the intervening years, so he had to try and forge some sort of musical career. But now he's at that stage where perhaps it's passé, people have outgrown it. There seems to be, I mean, he said nobody remembers Samurai. That's not true. People do remember Samurai. Their clothing is around. You can see their albums, which are cherished by certain people, vending them in markets and elsewhere. So I think there is a groundswell. They're on the radio, Samurai songs. So his dismissing of samurai is perhaps a little bit of chagrin on his part. He doesn't want to think that that was the pinnacle, the peak of it all, and that everything that followed since then is in its shadow, like himself and his solo career. I'm loving this. Can you tell? I'm absolutely loving this. Okay, the rest of the band then, who we've just talked about, where are they?
Still in touch with the gang?
Just Nance. Changed her name to Bess Isis. Works for N54 News.
Bess Isis?
Could track down Denny and Henry if you want. Maybe get together? You know, jam or something?
What? He wants to bring back samurai. Okay, we're going to do all these blues, obviously.
Johnny?
Yes.
You still around?
Each of them seems to be about one of the band members. I'm still reeling from the fact that Bess Isis...
Denny might still be in the biz. Actually had talent. And a spine.
Yeah, released something not too long ago. Moved to North Oak, too.
Right,
You just said you weren't in touch.
Didn't hear from her. I think she might be avoiding me.
You ever leave this house?
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Oh. Is that honestly the truth? That you're a recluse in here? The world comes to you, you don't go to the world anymore?
Hello?
Henry probably killed his own
Fucking
liver.
Earth to fucking... Nah, I would've heard if he was gone. Got mutual friends. Few calls and I should be able to track him down.
He knows where these people are. He knows where these people are. I think he's just trying to make it sound like he's not kept tabs on them and he's not interested in what they're up to and he doesn't miss them or the times that they had. Okay, let's do Nancy then. Nancy is Bess Isis.
Bess Isis? Damn, Nance really went for it. Though all I hear is part-time stripper with a thing for ancient Egypt.
Shame you died. Sure she would've welcomed your input.
How's she in general, besides having nothing to do with music?
Could ask her yourself.
He wants to bring back samurai. Surely not bring it back. Because clearly he must realise, and I don't know how... Yeah, I'm here. I don't know how much Johnny told him when he had that little chat with him over a drink before we got to this bit. But surely he must realise that time is limited and that a complete reappearance of samurai is impossible.
You want to bring samurai back?
Thinking.
No. Could do one gig, play some dive where nobody plays us. I mean, got my reputation to think about.
Yeah, surely he's not going to have to give this spiel to each of the band members to explain why it is that it's...
Johnny?
It is and it's not Johnny Silverhand who's standing before them. I know I've interrupted him when he's been reminding me, chivvying me to carry on talking, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. It happens occasionally when you're ruminating like this.
But I won't have to explain what happened. All this.
Not again.
Nah, we'll spare him. Hella boring story. Biochips, Arasaka's evil schemes, magic pills. We'll just say you're my new input.
Oh, okay. I understand the premise upon your illusion. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
I don't know where we're doing it.
Fuck yeah! Okay. Send you Nancy's number in a sec. I'll go after Henry and Denny.
I'm not there, figure it out with V.
Sure, you two get along?
Not lately, no. We don't have much of a choice, though.
And I think Kerry has departed the scene. So it's time to return to being... Oh. Each time we do this now, it seems more severe. I think it's taking a toll on V's body.
Johnny, you okay?
I'm not Johnny now, I'm V.
No.
Ah, so you must be V.
I am V.
Johnny mentioned something like this might happen.
Well, he did say, are you okay? But I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to ask if the two of them had a good time chatting.
You two have fun at least?
That a hint of disapproval, I hear? Just sit tight for a bit. Rest.
Well,
Don't worry about a thing.
Yeah, he's got a sore mouth from the thwack.
The hell is this concert thing?
Did you hear that?
Gets sharper as the pills wear off. So?
Want to see Samurai live? Probably won't get another chance.
Right, so in order for that to happen, you're going to have to take control of V's body again. So obviously, I have questions.
What are you waiting for?
I have concerns, which you've made me have, actually, because you overstepped the margin when I gave you control last time and you became Johnny so that you could talk to Rogue. Certainly the first time when you went to the bar, that was an unforgettable occasion which I'd quite like to forget.
What if this ends up like the Rogue thing? One big letdown.
And it might not work out.
Nah, this is different. Kerry needs this concert.
Yeah, that I actually do get. So here's a catharsis, isn't it? This is Johnny, I can't believe I'm going to say this, attempting to do good.
Hey, what's up?
I'm shocked, is what's up, Johnny. He's attempting to do good for his old bandmate, Kerry Eurodyne, who he realises is in the dumps and whose career is maybe now going nowhere. And he needs this. He needs this kick. He needs this reassurance
What are you waiting for?
that these things can, you know, still have meaning to him.
Okay, calling Nancy.
Fuck yeah, nice.
Oh. A message just came in from Lizzie Wizzy. Our little adventure was actually very inspirational. I put out my first BD today, thanks. Couldn't have done it without you. You see, I knew this was going to happen. I did say this was going to happen. I shouldn't have helped her, because all I've done is made her take advantage of the fact that she is now a notorious celebrity, not just a celebrity. She's put out her first BD today. Please tell me more. I won't sleep. Oh, okay. So we're playing that game where we don't actually say, yeah, I know, do you know, I've still got a message there from Panam in my list as well. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. It's safe. We have a new contact added, Nancy Hartley, and I've got to call Nancy, so presume I'm going straight back to my phone. I've got a new contract added for Kerry Eurodyne, who actually I did look up in the journal. I went into my journal and looked for a character entry for Kerry Eurodyne, and it wasn't there because we'd not physically met him up to that point or had contact with him. But it seems to have put Nancy in because it knows I'm about to do this. There's Nancy.
Nancy? Bess. Bess Isis?
No, this is her underpaid, underappreciated assistant. Steven, N54 News, how can I help?
Want to talk to Bess?
She's not here.
Stephen has a level of insincerity in his voice, which is a unique experience, you'd have to say. As a personal assistant, just going to say you might be in the wrong job. He thinks it's his job to be a ring fence here, to protect her from people prying into her business, you know, to be the barrier. But actually, he's just become self-important in the process, hasn't he? He's a gatekeeper, is what he is. I am not going to say I'm calling from Kerry's residence. I'm going to just ask the question, when's she coming back?
You know when she'll be back?
She was supposed to be back 2 days ago. Went to the Totentowns to shoot some stuff, story on Maelstrom. Call back next week or just watch the news. Anything happens to her, I'll be the first to cover it.
Got a bad feeling, V.
Yeah.
Think we better head to the Taunton tent.
I was just having the exact same feeling, actually. She's gone to do an interview, article, some sort of investigation to do with Maelstrom. And we're heading off to, straight away it looks like, the Totentowns. I'm going to take a small break before I do that. Back with you in a second. A much needed comfort break has been had. It's gone dark outside, as you can see whilst we've been doing this. And I went downstairs just to check to see what my wife was doing. She is watching the tennis, and she's buzzing, by the way, about the fact she's finally got to be part of one of the videos after 3 years of me running the channel so far. I think there's a strong possibility, because she enjoyed it so much, that she will be up for joining me again at some point. Certainly when we next do a question and answer type video, there have been some questions that have come in specifically addressed to her, asking about her gaming preferences and experiences and those sorts of things. And it made me think, just saying that to you, that if I was to look at the way that we spend our time in a week gaming, she actually gets more time to game than I do, because some of my gaming time I have to set aside for things like going into the community and looking at comments and responding to them, which I love doing, obviously, but it's part of what has to be done. It's part of what I like to do as running the channel. And just the tech aspect of making the videos and editing the videos and uploading them and keeping an eye on stuff does take a bit of time up. So yes, I mean, the thing is, she actually does game. She games more than I do at the moment, because she hasn't got that side of things to have to think about. So yes, I just wanted to digress slightly there to say that. Now we are still in Kerry's apartment, because I did say I would have an explore upstairs, and that's what I'm going to do, without a character being in my ear while I'm doing it, I guess. That is the exit, because it's sending me that way. Ooh. Did I not deal with all of the security drones? Apparently I did not. Bots, not drones. Who could mistake you for a drone? I'm thinking, because that is now glowing green, that means I'm not persona non grata, because I'm a visitor here now, recognised as such. In some way I must have been identified by the system as a friendly, and therefore I should be able to walk out without having to engage them. That will be something I'll investigate very shortly. But first, upstairs, because it's here. Question: which staircase shall we use? There were two. Let's use this one. Well, I'm not surprised by the high tech. Very high tech. I know, you see, there is more evidence of gym equipment. We've at least got a treadmill.
Probably the only actual necessity in this whole pad.
What, the treadmill? What are you talking about? Oh no. Perhaps he meant the bed. Can I actually still interact with Kerry Eurodyne?
Feel like shit too?
Nah, need a power nap. Wanna join me?
Let's go, V. He's joking.
He is. Yeah, we will go. I just want to have a quick look around, Johnny, in case there's any shards. It's mostly the shards that I'm concerned about. Oh, hello. Overture. Tier 5 plus. Take it. Well worth having. Okay. They look like bodybuilding supplements. I may have prejudged his gym equipment. It's just the rowing machine, obviously, that he didn't get on with, which is why it's on the under the stairs, hidden away with the great big weights. Maybe he bought those as part of this package of things to keep himself fit, but just couldn't get on with them, and the big weights were too much for him, so he hides those away. He doesn't want anybody seeing those. Skipping rope, the small weights, that's okay. You know, the bench, the walking machine, the running machine, whatever, they're okay. But the rest of it, nah. Doesn't want anybody to know that he failed in that regard. This goes a while, this upstairs area. I was right to say maybe there's an extra space up there that could be used for other things. We have a pool table. I nearly said snooker, but those are pool balls, I think. It looks like Kerry smokes, although there wasn't a great deal of evidence of that downstairs from what I saw, although now I'm starting to notice it, of course. Once you tune your brain to something, you begin to notice it, don't you? Maybe there is. He likes reading about his weapons. I wouldn't think he needs weapons, given that he's got a small army of robots out there looking after him. Do you know that's been the other feature of this house? The absence of recorded music playing. I found that somewhat incongruous. I thought there would be more. I guess it looks like we may have... I know, there's one. You see, you just think you're finished, and you find who is Lizzie Wizzy pretending to be. Already read. Shall we read this anyway? Because we're in the throes of Lizzie, aren't we? She's sort of current in our thoughts. So let's read this one. Who is Lizzie Wizzy pretending to be? We are who we pretend to be. I've pretended to be everything. That's why I found the truth. Lizzie Wizzy is an artist par excellence. Her work includes award-winning albums and concert tours, film appearances, as well as, for lack of a better term, conceptual performance art. Her latest artistic obsession features the medium of brain dance. In recent interviews, Lizzie has mused about the boundary between our documentation of reality versus our active shaping of it. Could that mean Lizzie Wizzy plans to scroll her own BD? We can only dream. The chance to live just one day in her chrome skin. Fans would go wild. That is absolutely appropriate that we should read that right now, given that Lizzie Wizzy has put the frighteners on us by saying she's just released a BD. That's absolute perfect timing for that shard to be where it is. Incredible. The way the synergies within this game work, even if they're accidental, they are there to be connected up in your brain. And my brain loves it. I just absolutely adore these sorts of games where there are connections to be made that aren't necessarily the ones that are meant to be made. That's the thing. There are many obvious connections and there are some subtle ones that are easy to miss because you just simply don't have the conversation, or you go past something that you didn't mean to, those sorts of connections. But then there are the ones that only exist in your head, but they enrich the experience so much. Oh, hello. Now it's saying, why don't you go out this way? So I'm thinking, well, it would be rude not to. I shall go that way. Well, Kerry Eurodyne's pad, as I scan it one last time, just in case anything's changed. It will not have. Actually, do you know, I never did go in the shower area, did I? Can I now enter the shower area? Apparently I can. Okay. Ooh. Gotta say, this is... Oh, hello. Someone likes to read on the toilet. Oh, someone likes to read Watson Hall Diary on the toilet. I'm saying nothing. I'm glad I came in here though. The standard of fittings. Are we surprised at the gold chrome type fittings as well? Is that the appropriate word for it? Is it gilt? I'm not sure what it is. Can you have a gold chrome, or is chrome always silvery coloured? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yes. We're into bodybuilding. It increases strength, it says there. Not sure what sort of strength. I'm going to look at myself in the mirror because I just want to see this. Here he is. Stop looking. Are you kidding? It's the hat, isn't it? It's the hat. Take the hat away. Everything's, Yeah. Brilliant. I could never have done that. I could never have done that. It's a weird thing. I don't know why it is. I am not going to do that thing that I do sometimes, where I look for insects. No, there aren't any. I'm really not going to do that. Let's go. It's a weird thing, but I just find it... I get paralysis when I'm faced with something like a wardrobe full of clothes. I literally stand in front of the wardrobe at home sometimes, unable to choose what to wear, and my wife will find me standing there 10 minutes later. Yeah, it's friendly. It's a green dot. They're all green dots and there's loads of them. She'll find me standing there and I'll literally say to her, what goes with this? What should I wear? What should I put on? Have I worn this recently? We're out of here. Let's go. We can use the main gate. The main gates have indeed been opened for us. I mean, look at this. Kerry Eurodyne. I'm quite envious, actually. I'm envious of your driveway. I'm envious of your security droids, and I'm envious of the fact that you're going to get a second chance, courtesy of Johnny. caring, sharing Johnny. He does care. Alright, car is still here again, amazingly. I would think it would be rough justice and swift as well if you were found to have stolen someone's car up here. Right, we just need to stop and look at the Tottentans. I'll check the journal to make sure nothing has changed. We've read all of those things now. We've read Maelstrom before, so we don't need to read that one. I'll look on the map because I want to know where this place is. Ooh, hello. We're driving across the city. Oh, it's a distance. Tottentans is way up here. Okay. Right, we have a nighttime journey. I don't think I've done a great deal of driving in the night in the Porsche. The roads look a little bit wet, a bit concerning. Is that a thing in the game that if the road surface is wet, does it increase the braking distance of vehicles? I don't know if it does. It would be incredible if it did. If you could sort of build in aquaplaning, if you could have actual sheets of water when you've had heavy rain in the game that remained on the road and changed the driving conditions significantly so that you had to bear them in mind, that would be a thing too, wouldn't it? After we'd finished, before we were packing away and my wife was heading off downstairs, we looked in the menu again and I think there were some snow boots or something in one of the things. My wife was asking me in the shop menu, does it snow in Night City? And I had to say no, it doesn't actually. In fact, apart from the dampness, which is almost omnipresent at this time of night, there's only rain to contend with. It's either a sunny day, a foggy day or a rainy day, but we don't get hail, we don't get snow. We don't get terrific high winds, although we can get those sandstorms, depending which part of the map you're in, can't we? But yeah, maybe, Cyberpunk 2, when it happens, maybe that's a thing that could be. I saw some speculation in, I think it was just in Reddit. I don't actually go into the subreddits for games when I'm playing them, but this was just general speculation. I think they were talking about the Witcher games actually, the fact that there's an expected, people were talking about there being an expected DLC. I haven't read up on this at all, by the way. I'm just reporting what I've read from what people were talking about, that there was an expected DLC arriving before Witcher 4. I don't know whether that is true or not. I'm just saying this is what I've read people were discussing. And there was some discussion about wouldn't it be great for another DLC for Cyberpunk as well? And I've always been talking about Cyberpunk 2 in my head, but then I never really thought about there being another DLC for Cyberpunk. But some of these things we're talking about, like weather conditions and the absence of little buttons that will be useful in menus. I'm kind of putting a list together actually of these feature requests, and I might get brave enough to actually send them off and submit them. Whether anybody at this stage would read these things and whether that kind of feedback is something that's important and useful. I'm trying to overtake this vehicle and work out that I've got to go not down there. I nearly went the wrong way. He's overtaken me again now. I'm going to straddle the line because I'm semi-merc now. Whether people pick up on these comments, this feedback, I don't know, or whether it is solicited from particular groups in that you're invited to submit your feedback. Again, I don't know. I've never been part of anything like that. Been too busy, to be fair, to look into it. There are some things that you always wonder about. Do you find this in life? That you wonder about it, and then a few months later you find yourself wondering about the same thing again, and then a little while later the same thing again. You'll be in a situation where it will say, I never did find out about that. I never did look into it. I could have asked. I should have looked. It's one of those things. Someone in the comments, I am sure, can tell me about this. How does it work? How does it work, fan feedback, on a general basis, not specifically being requested, where a company says we'd like your feedback on this aspect or that aspect. But how does it work, fan feedback, in shaping the future of a game, the development of a game, the DLC for a game, the features that are included in it? I would imagine if I was working for a gaming company, I'd want to listen to people, because they're the audience. They are the paying audience. They're the people who make it possible for you to continue making games. So there's a vested interest in not just producing good art, but also, I'm going to get out of my car. There's a gunfire heading off there. I think I may have stumbled on something. I'm not sure what. Let me just check this out. It might be something I want to stay away from. These are Maelstrom goons. Yeah, just to finish that conversation off, I would be interested to know, actually, how it did work. If I'm compiling this list, am I doing it just for myself, out of interest, or am I going to do something with it and actually be one of the many people, I suspect, who send in suggestions? But you would feel you'd given some feedback to the company, positive feedback, constructive feedback. The place I'm going is in here. These are outside. There are 3 of them. They are goons. Talking of comments again, someone pointed out this is a couple of things to do with guns. One of them is that when V picks up a body, as I did in Lizzie's apartment, he routinely draws a weapon. And I find that weird, because if you're picking a body up, surely therefore that is one of those situations where you desperately need 2 hands in order to be able to, hold the body and stop the body falling off in both directions. But I mean, what do I know? I'm not a fireman. But yeah, that struck me as weird. And there was another thing about guns as well, which I was going to mention, and I can't remember what it is now. Yeah, the way that some of the gifted items that you get given by people, like the gun that I found there, that to me maybe should have been an iconic, because Kerry Eurodyne is a significant character in the game, and if I hadn't gone upstairs and seen that gun propped against his bed, I wouldn't have it. So why not make it an iconic? Why not make it so that all these situations where you stumble upon a gun because you're being nosy, make them into iconics, I would say. Right, enough chat. It's time for you people to go away. Now, you are not near anybody, which means I can afford to give you a contagion and an overheat. Let's see what effect my level 5 contagion and overheat has. Go! Oh, boom! Yeah, you see? That was a big boom. That was a substantially and recently enhanced boom. I'm not picking that body up, I know where it's been. Is that a bit of your... I think it might be. I'm not going to make a joke about giving them a hand. I will take your focus fire, because that's all apparently I'm going to be able to loot here. Oh no, hang on. I was going to say everything else must have been destroyed in the explosion, but it apparently wasn't. Amazingly, there's still sparkingness coming out of this body. There's still twitching going on, despite the fact that it was, well, blown up, really. Okay, we're going into the Tottentowns, everybody.
Fuck, all starting to come together. No media would ever go for the Tottentowns. Except Nancy.
Alright. Johnny's... Oh, Kerry. I can't do that right now. I can't read this message right now. Okay. But it looks like Henry's on board. Way to go. So he's cracked one of them. It's down to me to do the others, I guess. Is this the entrance to this place? Oh, wow. What is this? Who are you when you're about? You're just a civilian, you're a regular civilian, you're a regular civilian, but you look like you want to serve me something. You look like you want to make my day worse by impeding my progress. No, I think these people are just people. Right, Nevertheless, there's an area here which I should just check out. Oh, what happened to you? I don't think... No, she's moving. Regular civilian. So many regular civilians. You see, look, here's the thing. A dev placed this sleeping and snoring body here in the semi-darkness of this unremarkable alley off the beaten track. It's not where we're supposed to be going at all, but they're here. This person is here. Okay, so the game algorithm, whatever you want to call it, I don't know the correct terminology, decided to populate this area with one of these NPCs who happen to be someone who is sleeping in semi-recovery position by the looks of it. Perhaps a friend put her in that position. It's not quite right though. That leg should be over the other one, shouldn't it? The wrong way around. So yeah, it's just astonishing though, isn't it, that you are rewarded for going off the beaten track by these tiny things that don't matter to anybody, but what are you doing? Regular civilian. There are these little rewards to be had. A new piece of clothing. Suddenly I'm looking forward to picking up clothing, whereas before I was pretty meh about it because it was just clothing, you know, what did it matter? I was selling it off quite a lot without thinking that any of it might, you know, might merit more scrutiny before I sold it off, let's put it that way. Alright, I'm going upstairs. This is it. Let's not be scared by anything we encounter. Here's a gentleman who seems to have... Are you a regular citizen too? There's a lot of regular citizens just hanging around here. Who's that over there? And again. The place is, well, rustic. And I'm also hearing disconcerting sounds of people exerting themselves. Ho 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 ho. All right. Broken. That's what I'll be if I try to get past him. Johnny.
Like your style. Minimalist. Used to have chrome just like that. Start moving.
Okay. I'd better do as he says. Let's go in. Oh, it's a lift. Oh.
Totem Tans 2? Fuck yeah.
He's seen...
Third floor. Press the button. My fingers are numb.
Yes. He's seen better days, I was about to say. Class, third floor. Do you come here often? It looks like you live here. I come here often. People like that worry me. But especially in lifts. No matter the size of the lift. You need an...
Hear that? Tinnitus today. Aye, guys. This one I like.
Okay, we're talking about the music, aren't we? I'm guessing. He likes this one.
Later.
Yeah, after you. You can't remember which way he's going. He's lost. He's lost in the box. He's going to throw up. Don't throw up in the cat dish. Oh my heaven. Have some sense about you. The poor cat. What's he been eating for the past 6 weeks? Oh, I don't want to think about that. Okay, let's go.
Go on. You'll blend in. No problem.
Wearing what I'm wearing? Are you kidding? Do you know what I'm enjoying about this episode? It's chill. It's entirely main character quest focused, which goodness knows lots of people like and I like too, but it's chill because we're building up to something, I guess, instead of it being, you know, all boom boom. Yes, we took out a few maelstrom, we've you know, grabbed a few eddies and weapons and things like that, but on the whole the main quest line has been much more thoughtful and about talk and observation. Really look at this. These spiders. Totem Tans. It gives you fair warning, doesn't it? And they've got like, they have a wheelchair here because, you know, it gets frequent use, I guess, around Tottenhams on a daily basis. Also, the absence of external sources of light. It's always the same time of day at Tottenham's, isn't it? It's always exactly the same time of day, the same experience, the same people, same problems, same excesses. Is it alcohol? Is it drugs? Is it both? I don't think it could be cyberware. She hasn't got that much. Are you alright? Are you okay? Was that you belching or hiccuping? Oh, it's hiccuping. That will be the alcohol, I'm betting. I doubt very much it's down to having consumed too much orange.
No. Not another totem dance. Scale model. Copied everything.
What do they serve? Their meaning drinks.
Nothing.
You! Again. Alone this time, huh? No punk-ass amigo today?
One more word about him, and I stamp you out like a roach. Got it?
Got it.
Feels like I know this guy.
It's Dum Dum. This is Dum Dum. Hey, just before I go to talk to Dum Dum, I just want to check behind me. Who are you? No, these are all right. These are just regular citizens. That's okay. What are you doing here? Can I ask that question? I can say I'm looking for Bess Isis from N54. Why would I say 64? Because that's something completely different. I'm thinking that's a cross between a Commodore 64 and a Nintendo 64. So I'm going to go with just scanning your friends. Maelstrom Fanatic. You're going to be identified, aren't you? Dum Dum Maelstrom. Wanted for theft of corporate property and drug trafficking. That's all he's wanted for. Otherwise, model citizen. If your model of a citizen is Dum Dum, then good luck to you. Okay, we're going to go in here from the bottom blue up.
Where'd you get your chompers done?
Ah, shit! Forgot you ain't seen these buttes yet. You know the before, now you see the after. What do you think?
I think I can't zoom in further than that. What if I say before was better?
Been waiting here.
I'll try that.
If I say before was better, will you take them off?
Nah, I'd say you don't know shit.
Other people like them?
I like them.
And that's all that matters in the final analysis, because Dum Dum's wearing them and using them for himself, not for anybody else's benefit. It is noisy in here, but I'm guessing it's the music, not the sound of workmen with large machinery.
Pretty loud in here. You renovating?
Ha ha! Good thing Royce can't hear you. Tinnitus, apple of his eye.
Royce, ha ha. You a fan of your little gang group too?
Well, more a fan of the classic, samurai and all that.
Like this guy already.
Just not a word to Royce, hey?
I mean, I'm still reeling from the fact that this is Dum Dum and Royce we're talking about here. It's been a while. It's been a good while. All right.
Waiting here.
Hey, it's okay. Just keep calm. I mean, you were renowned for being calm.
Looking for Bets Isis, N54 News. Know she's here.
She is, but she's busy. Talking to Royce. He told me not to bother him.
Oh, I'll do the bothering. Lead the way.
He's thinking.
Come on, then.
Yes, we're in. Now, we're expecting...
Royce, remember me fondly?
Dunno. Hasn't mentioned you.
We're expecting...
Royce and Bess getting on all right?
Well, she ain't too bright. Royce is being real fucking patient with her.
How'd you get him to agree to talk?
Don't think anyone ever asked him about music. Not serious like. And Royce likes being taken serious.
I honestly don't like the sounds of this. I think Bess might have walked into a situation here. That's a speaker. I have no cameras. I have a heck of a lot of Maelstrom in here. There are some civilians, but there are Maelstrom keeping an eye on things. Are you a civilian? No, you're Maelstrom. And you're Maelstrom. And you're Maelstrom. And you're Maelstrom. There's going to be a logo. Alright. Ah, there's a readable right. Excuse me a second. I've read it. But I just want to see what it is. Oh, Why Be Me? Confessions of a Brain Dance Addict. That one's popped up 2 or 3 times recently, actually. After an absence from the charts, it's made a reappearance. Okay. This club is sensational. A couple of 3 times now I've been to clubs where there's been a lot of NPCs and a lot of activity, and I know that somebody said on PC there are mods that can increase the density of NPCs. I believe this is true, because you've got the options to have higher processing power and more memory and all the rest of it. And whereas within a closed ecosystem like the PlayStation, what you see is what you see. You can change various things, but essentially it's more that kind of experience, which is absolutely fine. It's the reason I have consoles. But having said that, I'm itching to get hold of a gaming PC. But I love this. I mean, this guy here, look, he's cutting so many shapes. And as you stand and look at a cluster of them here, I can't see any repetition. I cannot see any one person who's doing exactly the same things as someone else. They're all slightly different. Isn't it weird how these sort of situations are the ones that can make or break immersion in reality? It just takes 1 or 2 things to be jarring to your mind when you're looking at them and you think, no, that's not real. And then you look at something like this and you think, you know what it could be? It could actually be a real club. I think I should try and engage all of these people in conversation if they're not. Hi. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. The music's very loud. I can see why the band is called Tinnitus. I suppose some people say tinnitus, some people say tinnitus. I say tinnitus. They're too busy. They're too busy grooving. They're probably, if you don't mind, I'm just going to wander over to. Are you alright waiting for me there? You're okay, Denny, aren't you? He's okay. He'll be alright. I'm not going to fail this by wandering over here. I just want to mingle. Because I haven't done any mingling yet today. I'm mingle free. Oh, okay. Can I go on the stage? May I? Is it possible? Will I get shot at? Okay, I'm going to go up there. Whoa! Colourful. Oh, I did this member. She's seen me. You're inviting me up there. Was she waving me up there? I'll come up here. Dudes, we're grooving. They're not the names, but they're just tinnitus members. Nice tech too. Old-fashioned double deck, although you don't seem to have any. Well, you have got some discs, but you're using these beer mats. Even in 2077, they're still running things from a tiny little laptop. Although that one seems to be just taking a news feed with satellite views. He's probably got like a farm somewhere that he's bought with the proceeds of being a member of Tinnitus, and he's just monitoring the weather conditions and whether his robot watering devices are doing the job properly. But I just love, when you look at the colours on this girl's cape, they are sensational. There's every colour of the rainbow there. I don't know how people achieve that effect on the screen. The vivid nature of the neons in those colours. Literally, this is why games take me a while to complete. It's been a little while since I've PlayStation. Since I allowed myself the luxury of doing this, and I'm reveling in it. I've got to follow my dude. Has he gone around the corner without me? I think He may have. He's gone upstairs.
Again with your fucking opinion. Buzz, grit, distortion. That's what it's about. Feel it rumble in your gut, pulse in your teeth. It's me. Who's he? Another media?
This is V. All food. Remember?
Maybe. All the fucking meat faces look the same to me.
Can this wait? I still have a couple of questions.
But you think you got all you need? You wanted half an hour of my time, we're on day 3.
That's Nancy, all right. Change things up a bit.
We found Nancy. I was distracted by the fact there is a weapons container here. But I don't think I can open it.
What is it?
I'm relieved to find you in one piece because I think Johnny was concerned something horrible had happened to you. So was Kerry. So was I. And nothing has, which is excellent. Where have I been? I've just spent some time on the Ebonique, that's true.
Hey, why are you just standing there?
I'm going to say to her that I didn't... This is... I'm going to say this to Royce, rather. I didn't have him pegged for a music geek.
Didn't have you pegged for a music geek.
But you know everything else about me, right?
I mean, I will do by the time Nancy's finished her... Bess, I beg your pardon, has finished her interview with you. I can use this because I'm on 20. Yeah, Nancy, come on.
Went for a cruise on the Ebonique the other day. Your turf, right?
Yeah. My people gave you a tour of the docks?
Seemed a little busy. Might want to think about a better system than an old Athena 3.
Already pissing me off.
You see, this wasn't...
What's worse, he might be right.
This wasn't my intention to cause him problems. Who's this other person here? Dum Dum is sitting down now. I didn't recognise you sideways on, Dum Dum.
Hey, why are you just standing there?
Because you haven't invited me to sit down, for one thing. So, Nancy, you want to do one more question. I'll let you do this.
Maybe one more question from Bess.
Go,
Why
Bess.
does Tinnitus only play the Totentans?
Only place they get the right audience.
The snob's the last thing I'd ever expect you to be.
Don't say that.
Cochlear implants. That's what tinnitus plays on.
So each of you is an instrument. Does that mean an element of mysticism?
Supposed to be one question.
Is she not allowed to follow up? You opened it there. She could pursue that line of inquiry. I've got to talk to Bess. So I want to talk to Bess.
Well?
Got some biz with Bess.
Bess?
I don't know him.
Kerry Eurodyne sent me.
Ah, Eurodyne, of course. Where would you put him on the musical
You know what
map?
happens when you filter all the pulp and shit out of juice? Gets clean, smooth, soft. Flies off the shelves in corpo supermarkets. And what's it look like? Piss. That's what.
Okay.
That's about where I'd put rocker boy music. Now get the fuck out, both of you. Wasted enough time.
Come on, we'll scan you on the way out.
Give us a minute.
Yeah, please give us a minute, because I want to talk. Good, let's go over here where it's... I was going to say quiet.
I don't know what Kerry wants, but it's not going to happen if I don't get out of here in one piece.
So there is a threat. Honestly, I wasn't sure. Alright, so look.
Well, what is it?
I think you're fine, or what do they mean by scan? I want to know what they mean by scanning us on the way out.
What do they mean by scan?
We had a deal. I could move around, take what I want while I'm here, but they'll check my files. If they find anything they don't like, which they will, they'll wipe everything. Me included.
All right, you gotta get her out of this.
I thought we were just going to walk out of the door. I literally thought... First I thought you were in trouble, then I thought you were not in trouble, now I'm thinking you're in trouble again. How do you plan to get out of here? You must have had a plan before you arrived here.
How did you plan to get out of this before I showed up?
Quite.
I'd have thought of something. Pretty good at improvising.
Might have tossed someone out a window again.
Johnny... Look at the way Johnny is absenting himself from this conversation. He wants to overhear it. He's involved enough.
Well,
in other
what is
words, to overhear it, but he doesn't want to be right in its face. So you came here to do a music story, or did you?
You came here to do a music fluff piece.
I did, but then I stumbled on something bigger.
Right.
What exactly?
Stay tuned to N54 News to find out.
Really?
You gotta help me get out of here.
When you're not actually telling me, I'll get the data out, you distract him, or step away, let's leave, then with a bang. Now you see, here we go again, isn't it? This is an opportunity to go one of two ways. What do we do? It's been a very quiet episode, and I was commenting on the fact that it had been a very quiet episode. The only time I've needed any weapons was to deal with the droids outside Kerry's place and
what
two
is it?
lots of gangs. Against my better judgment, Nancy.
Let me copy the data and get it out.
They'll want to scan you too. Not as dumb as they look.
Not about to do anything to draw any notice.
Okay, here.
Oh, I'm receiving a transmission. Data transfer, she's got blue eyes.
Got it. Delete yours, then try and distract her. I'll sneak out.
Okay, try the window, guy's bathroom.
Classic.
The window in the
Then circle around the back. There's a sort of balcony there.
Balcony?
I'll meet you by the elevator.
Elevator. Bathroom, window, balcony.
On my way out.
Elevator.
Go ahead, scan my stuff.
All right, sit down. Someone will come by.
You gotta be kidding me. I thought that was your
Would you
job.
look at that? She planned it all out.
Had time, knows the place.
Had practice, too. Most of our gigs she left via the window. Had to.
He's got this obsession with this window.
Algoth? Seriously? No way. Not about to let him poke through my files.
Roy said he made Algoth your guide.
How's he supposed to know which files are okay and which aren't? He'll trash them all willy-nilly just so as not to displease his daddy.
Fuck's sake, chill. So if it ain't Algoth, and it ain't gonna be me, then who?
Seppo?
Why him? Never talked to him.
Kind eyes. Good guy.
I don't want to disturb their conversation, which is why I haven't activated step away, because I think that might do it if I do that. Yeah, I've returned now. So we've got go to the Tottington's bathroom optional, which isn't optional if we want to be able to use the to get out of here with the data, I guess. Is this guy going to let me go past him here? Hello? Do you mind if... Whoa! Did you see that? I got physically pushed back. There's a thing. I don't know where the bathroom is. The elevator might be the green line. The yellow line. Green. There's green for you. Where... Isn't that the bathroom? I can't distract this guy, can I? I don't think I have anything to distract him with. I'm going to go downstairs. Everything's okay up to this point. This sounds great, doesn't it? Everything's okay up to this point. Oh, these are the bathrooms. These must be the bathrooms. Because this is a guy who's about to... Please don't do it vocally. But he's not doing that now. He's... Well, you know what he's... There's a window. Johnny?
Grimy.
Yeah, what do you expect? That's blood. I didn't expect that. I must admit, that is grimy. If that's what you're referring to. Den was here. Another wheelchair? How many do you get through in this place of an evening? I get the feeling it might be the default mode of transport for some of these people leaving the building. So this window is the window I'm going through? Yeah, I just looked at that.
Den.
I said that. Okay. My phone is now showing up as well. I just need to check what that is that's on my phone. Oh, Kerry Eurodyne's message I can now read. Let's read this before we go any further. Holy, Henry's on board, way to go. Check out a rehab of his own free will. Through the window, Some nurse tried to stop us. At first I thought she wanted an autograph, but she didn't even recognise me. Tell you the rest later. How's it going with Nancy? I'm going to say, optimistically, it's all under control. That's not entirely true. He's typing, that's what I like to hear. Good. Let's leave it at that while you're still feeling optimistic about my chances.
Views to die for.
Yeah. Is this the... This isn't a balcony. This can't be right. That's a very long way down. This is very slippery. Maybe I can make my way around. Oh, this does not look safe. This looks so unsafe.
Thought he left town. Cause he did. In a body bag.
No fucking way. Lobo would have said something.
Come on. You can ask him yourself. He's sitting in the lounge, looking all kinds of fucked up.
I've interrupted the conversation. It is time to do some tagging. Maybe we can get out of here quietly, or maybe this is still going to end up being a firefight, and I don't really mind either way. The important thing is that we get out of here. I'm wondering whether... I mean, I went out of the bathroom window, which is what I was told to do, then head to the balcony, then the elevator. Also, there is a laptop there, which I may be able to use. There are double doors. There are people. Okay. So, I don't think I've got cameras. Let's go.
Alright, let's find that elevator.
Hey, be calm. I think she's going to be belligerent to me, so I'm going to grab her and dispense with her. And she's landed this side. How helpful is that? There's me concerned that she might have been visible, and she wasn't at all. Now, this is where we've got to be a little careful, because there's someone down there, and then there's someone sitting over there. Before... I will have that weapon. Thank you. Before I can do anything else... What did I just pick up? I thought I picked the weapon up. I must have picked something else up. I must have done some food or something like that. There's also a shard there, but it's one way weird. This is tricky. I think I will be within this person's vision cone. Ooh. Maybe not. Maybe so. I think I should have a weapon drawn just in case. The weird thing about this game, because it's the first time through and I don't know whether I've done the bit with the balcony or I missed the bit with the balcony. I'm not really worried from that point of view. The objective now is to get to the elevator, and get to the elevator we shall. So that I will take all. I will pick up this body because it's in a place where I won't get seen. I'm just going to go and stick it over here somewhere. And then I'll go back for that laptop because it's safe, I think, to use the laptop now. Let's pile these bodies up behind the desk, shall we? There we are. 2. I'm not really counting. I am guessing that because no one else has come in here, that there's no patrol routine here. So I will jack into this. We've got an access port, which I'll have a quick look at. Back momentarily. Right, we're off. I'm going to sort of throw one of these away at the start here. I'm going to do BD and then 55, which gets me that one. I'm going to do 55 FF, which gets me that one, and then I just need a 1C and a 7A to get me that one. It's good having 8 slots now. That's done. Let us also use this laptop to see if there are any messages within it. There are. Contract. This is from Tony Mansfield, agent to Tinnitus. I get you need special tech to really hear your music, but tech can be built, right? Just send me the specs for your implants and I'll arrange some cheap poly throwaways. Promise it'll be a knockout. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, to think you have to wear implants to hear their music. I mean, it's obviously also broadcast over speakers because we can hear it too, but... Okay. So we're heading towards the elevator. Calm now. Calm. That, I'm guessing, is going to be someone we need to know about. They're the other side of those doors. That person is also the other side of those doors. They're facing the wrong way. Let's try a ping. Let's try my tier 5 ping, as it is. There's someone in this room. So I think I shall access this room quietly. Yeah, this looks okay. I think we're alright. Enter this room equally quietly. Grab and dispense of this person. I will loot your body. And I'll look at your computer if you don't mind. The message is 1 again. Same one. No, all foods. From Dum Dum to Skaddle, Will, Ephraim and Zuba. Anyone get their hands on some black lace? Last connect didn't work out. Royce is mad. Business must go on. Although apparently life must not. Careful with the door.
Fuck yeah! About to blow a skulljack, I'm so bored.
I mean, all of those vision cones, if you look at them, are facing away from me. Whoa. And yet, that person there can see me out of the back of their head, apparently. This must be some tech I'm not aware of. That was very twitchy because she was looking completely away from me and yet could see me. Oh, this is a heck of a corridor to come out of. I might get away with this if I'm crawling, I was about to say, on my feet. On my hands and knees. You're right, I could have dragged that person away before I did that. I will take that or pick up the body and move it to somewhere slightly less obvious in here. Right, let's just dump you in a corner. There. Going to sleep. That was a line from Star Trek. The real Star Trek fans might be able to guess which episode it was. It was an original Star Trek episode.
Smooth as organic silk.
Thanks. I don't know whether he's talking about the food or whether he's talking about the way that we're working our way out of the building slowly. We are making progress towards the elevator. We're also dispensing with quite a lot of people on the way. This is exactly what I was talking about at one stage. You know, that there is this thing where you could stealth past all these people, probably, but I quite like to have the practice of using the skill within the game of sneaking up behind people and taking them out that way. I don't think I even need this door. It's good job it can't open, therefore. I'm going to stay crouched. I just feel like I'm smaller. Less visible, less of a target. Okay, let's make progress. Steady now. I think we've reached the elevator. I think we've done it. We have.
Oh, you're here. Fuck. Why is this elevator so damn slow?
Do you realise I nearly shot you then? Just announcing yourself by appearing from round a dark corner.
Got my car downstairs. Got everything?
Yep. Send you the files in a sec.
Put the gun away. Well, we made
Wonder how that other thing's going. Kerry, Henry, and Denny.
You still in touch with anyone besides Kerry?
Any... who?
Huh. Now she's an actress too.
Oh, that was a bit cold. This elevator is very slow. They'd better
Come on,
not be.
car's just outside the entrance.
Good.
Was asking about Samurai.
How old are you, kid? That's ancient history.
Yeah, see, V doesn't look that old.
Nobody gives a shit about samurai these days. Believe me, I'd know. Once in a while, news slows to a trickle, so I try to push through some nonsense about Silverhand. Where's Johnny? What actually happened in Arasaka Tower?
Where's Johnny? I am going to get in Nancy's car. We've kind of... I don't think there's a great need for us to scan this area. I really want to follow Nancy at this point now. I want out of this building, for one thing. Ooh, it's raining too. For once, the rain is like a blessing from above. That was intense. Who's driving? You're driving, it's your car. Is that your car? Oh, am I not invited?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Could have been worse. This way you got a souvenir.
Fuck souvenirs. I'm headed straight back to the editing room. Wanna talk? Gotta come with me.
Clunker like this, hope it gets us there in one piece.
Yes. I think it's because her car has been tagged that she's upset. I was trying to work out what it was, but someone's done a job on it. Let's head back then. I'm with you. I've never been there before.
Alright. So what's Kerry want?
Wants to bring back Samurai. One gig, one night.
There is no samurai without Silverhand.
That's probably true. Now, I could say I'm going to stand in for Johnny, which is technically true.
I'll play for Johnny.
You.
Is it the?
Let's just say Silverhand was more visionary than musician. I got this. Trust me.
It's the hat, isn't it?
Well, if you got Kerry on board, what's in it for me?
Well, I think the top one's safest because that's certainly true. She'll get to meet up with some old friends. I don't know about this business between her and Kerry, and I'm probably best staying out of that, so I will do.
A reunion with some old friends.
Ah, come on. Kerry and Johnny were friends. That's it. Okay. We just floated around, sometimes got in their way.
So what do you want? An interview with Kerry?
Huh. Could write that myself, straight out of my ass.
Oof.
I'd want access to all his industry contacts, associates.
Not a problem. Not as far as I can see.
We might be making promises we can't keep there, which could be an unwise thing to have done. I'd like to say some nice things about your car. Give me a minute. I mean, I'm not in any shape or form in a position to criticise because, like I say, cars for me are a way of getting from A to B. So, if this gets her where she needs to be, then it does its job. Very small electronic display panel there, but nicely centred, so that she's not having to avert her eyes too far from the, where she's driving. She's just looking straight down for it. And she's, I would say, a competent driver in the sense that she drives like I do, slowly and carefully. And also, I'd just like to congratulate for the fact that she's turning the wheel in the correct direction when the vehicle turns. Because I think I've had experience of being in vehicles in the game where that has not happened, where someone's been driving and they haven't done that. So that's really good. Let's see how she handles this. Yes. Nicely. And she's listening to music, and I'm guessing, and I don't know, is this samurai music she's listening to? Someone will know. One guy in the comments said that he had totaled up the amount of music in the game, and it comes to over 10 hours. 10 hours of music in the game. I can't think of a game that's had 10 hours of different music inside it that I've played recently at all. I've had games that have had tremendous orchestral themes that sort of recur throughout the game, which make it hard to decide where they're overlapping in a sort of continuous oral experience sense. But the thing about this is 10 hours of music scattered amongst the different radio stations, admittedly, I would imagine. But that's a long time, isn't it? I'm getting to see Night City. That was something. I think we've just gone over a speed bump or we've run over someone. I'm not sure which. At this time of night, I can't even see what time it is. It could be either. I believe we've reached it.
We're here. Hop out.
The
All
place.
Right, so, the concert?
Tell Kerry I'll put it together. Be in touch.
Okay, thanks.
Fantastic. Get out.
Went pretty damn well. Now call Kerry.
Okay. So I'm going to call Kerry and... Ooh, there's a bot there. We've got a drone. It's a Bombus drone with no affiliation. It's simply there to protect, I would imagine, the area. I'll call Kerry. Kerry Eurodyne, talk to me. 2023.
Hey, so how'd it go? Talk to Nance?
Yep.
Really good.
She agreed. Even said she'd organize the gig.
Really good.
Still a control freak. Awesome.
I did have some problems with Maelstrom. I can ask him if he's tracked down the rest of the band. Is he going to be more interested in the problems I had with Maelstrom? Or is he actually thinking, that's none of his business, I had a job to do, as long as I've done it, he doesn't care. I'm going to ask him what he's been up to about the rest of the band.
Managed to contact Henry or Denny?
Just Henry so far. Dragged him out of rehab.
Yeah, you told me in a
Great
text.
story, actually. Henry didn't know. Denny's been in Night City all this time. On his way over to see her now. Gonna be a surprise. We're all gonna meet over at Denny's.
What, me too? Why?
Gonna play with us, aren't you? Gotta meet the others. Send you the address.
Den was here. Of course he was. Den was here. We've leveled up to level 47, can I just say? And Second Conflict now says, go to Denny's mansion. I can't steal Bess Isis's car. That would be awful. I took an orange break again there. I'm thinking that might be my last orange break. I do need to stop the game soon. Obviously, when you're in a blind playthrough, you don't know where you're going to stop. That is part of the problem. I don't find out how long the episodes are until I edit them at the end. It's a revelation to me as well as to you. But I want to get to Denny's mansion. I feel that is the correct thing to do at this stage. Having said that, I don't even know where Denny's mansion is. Where does Den live? We know Den was here. Den is there. He's got himself a mansion in the hills too. Wow, there's some big structures up there. Okay, that's where we're going. Also, there was no red text, I noticed, when I stopped to go there. But I do notice that we've got one attribute and one skill point. That's good, as well as levelling up to level 47. Things are starting to rebuild. Excellent. Fame is a fickle thing in Night City, clearly, isn't it? You can be famous for a long time, you can be famous for an instant. Your fame can disappear overnight. Weirdly, Johnny Silverhand, as the articles say, was Samurai. Once he wasn't around, that was it. Samurai could not continue without him. Kerry Eurodyne's future was as a solo artist, essentially. It doesn't even sound like he formed his own band or tried to become part of another successful band based upon his fame in Samurai. I don't know what that was. I'm not stopping for it, whatever it was. And the other members of the band appear to have either gone off to do other things completely, like Bess Isis, or if they're having careers, they've not made waves because we've not stumbled across any articles or shards or whatever referring to them. Eurodyne seems to be the sort of semi-survivor of it, and his survival was limited in the sense that his subsequent career seems to have hit a bump. He's still making music, or he was, we don't know how long ago. Actually, I think, now thinking about it, when I scanned the album covers, they did have dates on them, didn't they? I may go back and have a look at that in edit, just to solve my curiosity about when those albums all came out, including his own album. Let's go this way. We're heading for the hills. Denny's mansion. I'm not dreaming. Those cars were on the wrong side of the road, weren't they? Oh, I don't think I want to stop to talk to you either. I really don't. Normally I would say yes, but I've been up all night and it's 3:17 AM and I'm going to need my bed soon. Because, you know, a sleepy V is a grumpy V. And really, I should be being Merkman. Who knows what crimes are being perpetrated across Night City that I can't respond to because I'm out enjoying myself with Johnny on the trail of his old band. Let's just hope the Crims have had a night off as well, shall we? I think we're there. 100 meters away is the entrance to yet another mansion. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to park up. Actually, I'm not. There are hedges. This is a coiffured area. Someone's been through that hedge. That wasn't me.
See those?
What happened here?
She must have been renovating. Henry must have borrowed the truck. Gonk always was good at improvising. Maybe they're home. Try the intercom.
Let me get out of the vehicle first. Someone has driven through the hedges. I spotted this one this side and thought it was really somewhat weird. So, some vehicle with large, wide tyres went through there and went through there. And Johnny says try the intercom. And there is a camera. Ooh. I'll take control of that camera when I press the right button, I will. I'll take control of that camera. It's a camera. It's just the external security camera. That was signally unrevealing. I wish I had not bothered. I'm glad I did, in a sense, because, I'd have been wondering. In terms of the opulence of this mansion, it's difficult to tell from this angle. I would put it on a similar sort of standing to the one that Kerry Eurodyne has, I think. Look at me comparing mansions. It's turned into a house programme. Let's do this.
Right then. Guess we keep looking.
Okay, we have a bounded area now that we're meant to enter. And it's getting light. Do I spot security drones? Is he has... Yeah. Are they as... I don't know how many people I'm going to find in here. Or whether there's a partner involved. I'm going over the fence. I'm entering Denny's property. I'm in the shrubbery. I'm pushing my way through the leaves of the shrubbery of Denny's residence. I spot shards already, so I'm smiling because, I think we're okay to be walking around here. I'll come out of the shrubbery. I'll have some class. But I think we've read this one. Who's Lizzie Wizzy pretending to be? Indeed so. I saw another one over there. I'll go through the hedges now. It's my turn. Where was that one? This one here on this wooden bench. Corporate Wars the musical. Who could forget that? Find Denny and Henry. It says, find Den and Hen. I'll do that. Denny and Henny. They sounds like they should have their own show, shouldn't they? The Denny and Henny show. Yeah, let's not. Let's stand up.
You fucking god!
Oh.
Hoo boy.
Denny,
sounds sadly familiar.
What are you doing here? This is really your house?
V! Good you're here.
This is your fucking
We got a problem.
pool? You're gonna pay for this, you pig! This your backup?
I want to listen to
In case
this.
you forgot why the hell you came here in the first place?
Kerry sent me. It's about the concert.
What concert? Why isn't he here talking to me?
I've got a problem here because I could go talk to her or I could go over there because he wanted to talk to me as well. But I'd rather think I'm going to stay here now that this conversation, which I've walked into with her a spiked baseball bat, I think we'll chat. Kerry felt awkward about coming.
Some fucking day this is. This gonna take much longer.
Look, it's awkward. Kerry considers you both friends.
What a sensitive guy. Shit. Given he's the one who set this flaming turd bag on my doorstep.
Oops. I've just noticed something. There's a lorry. This is...
Why the fuck are you just standing there, half-wit?
Hey, must you? We've only just met. Someone's filled...
Fucking day this is. This gonna take much longer.
Someone's driven here with a lorry load of concrete and has filled in the swimming pool with it. We're reuniting Samurai.
We're bringing back Samurai. One night only.
That's what he wants to get the crew together for? Sweet, but no fucking way. Not about to play with this shit stain.
Oh.
Denny!
No way. Either him or me. Choose.
Denny digs in her heels. We're done.
How's it going?
Oh.
Like shit, man! Denny wants me out of the gig! And we already agreed on everything!
What? Kerry's paying you? That's what this is about? Fuck.
Oh.
This is all fucking great. So you get him away from me and get the fuck off my lawn.
Don't make me choose.
I'd love to know what's happened here. It looks very colourful, doesn't it? Don't you think?
So?
Oh, there's so many
It's
people
either
we could talk
Henry
to.
or me. Can't be both.
This much I've gathered, that there is animosity between the two of you. He is doing that thing that's just meant to annoy her there, isn't he? He's looking so relaxed. Yeah, I'm just analysing. He's relaxed and he's stretching and hands behind his head.
Hey, help me out with this, please.
I'm going to. Well, let's talk to everybody, shall we? I mean, everybody. Even Johnny's got an opinion.
Maybe if someone would tell me what happened.
Yeah, come on, please.
Are you blind? Fucker filled my pool with cement.
It was him.
Maybe he had a good reason.
Really? A reason?
Why would you...
You out of your fucking mind with the pool? You knew Kerry wanted to get Denny to play with us.
Just wanted to clear the air.
Oh.
Fucking Preem.
That's what it was. He was being proactive. He worked quickly, getting hold of a lorry load of concrete.
What are we doing?
I'm going to say to Kerry, because it looks like we're going to be missing someone. Can I? Oh, look.
It's either Henry or me. Can't be both.
Johnny says, actually, it's your decision.
Pretty sure it's your call.
Fuck really pisses me off. Denny's on a control kick, setting conditions.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Henry's got scop for brains. Can't trust him.
Thanks. Real helpful.
That's a terrific perspective, which solves nothing at all. There's no solution to this. One of these people is not going to be playing with us.
You gotta go without one or the other.
Yeah, not a problem. Should be able to borrow someone else for one gig. Won't be the same, though.
It won't ever be the same, Kerry.
I've got to choose now. I've got to choose of the two of them.
What's the plan?
It disturbs me that Henry has some sort of beef with Denny. I think we can...
On your mind, V?
Yeah, we can law-wise try and guess roughly what this might be.
Got something on your mind, V?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get any more out of these two. So
What
I'm
are
going...
we doing?
Hey, don't spoil your chances here, because I was about to say, I think on the basis of the way you two are, even though you're the one with the baseball bat.
Now what?
I mean, I've just noticed it's not been improvised, this baseball bat, either. It's gold sprayed, the nuts and bolts,
Got something on your mind, V?
or whatever it's made of on the end. I would rather that we...
Got something on your mind, V?
I would rather that we went with Denny.
Ugh, if we gotta choose, let's play with Denny.
Yeah.
Fuck, Kerry! Seriously? She's the one making a big deal out of this, not me!
Listen, I'll get you...
You know what, Kerry? Fuck you! Good thing Silverhand isn't here to see this.
You done? Get out.
He's gone. Put the bat down. He's gone.
All right, what about Nancy?
We made contact. She's gonna set it all up and let us know. See you at the show.
Fuck. Now I gotta find someone to clean this up.
Yeah, who do you call?
Okay, about all we can do for now. Except wait for Nancy to call.
Okay. I mean, who do you call? How do you remedy that? And we have a new job that's starting, but it does say there that we're going to have to leave and wait a day for Nancy's call. So this is the part at which I'm going to stop and save the game, and I'll be back at you in a moment. this quest is shaping up really nicely. I particularly enjoyed the change of pace of it, the fact that I was encouraged to do a lot of exploration, didn't feel time pressured at all. There was no boom, there was no racing from one place to another. Everything could be done at a nice considered pace. There was time for thinking and talking. So many questions. It's a testament to how rich these people must still be, that when they have a grudge, they don't just pull the head off a flower of the other person's garden. No, they get a concrete mixer, turn up with it and fill their swimming pool with the stuff. That's some high level grudge there, isn't there? I'd love to know, and I hope we get to find out more about the relationships and why it is there's these antagonisms between certain people. But yeah, that'll be for next episode. Obviously, next episode, no secret here, I'm going to be continuing Johnny's questline in the next episode, in episode 46. So thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed episode 45, which has been a little bit different, particularly some of the stuff we did at the start. And I'll be with you for that episode coming soon. Bye then.